It's Friday night in Mississippi, where high school football takes center stage across the Magnolia State. That also means it's time for the Friday Night End Zone's Game of the Week on the Spirit Media Network. The Friday Night End Zone Game of the Week is brought to you in part by King's Daughters Medical Center, providing quality health and wellness in a Christian environment. By Mississippi Ag, Ag Up. By Centerpoint Energy, always there. By Lakeside Molding, where details make the difference. By Pole Chaps of Brandon. Need your business to stand out? Pole Chaps has you covered. By Vans Sporting Goods, online at vansoutdoors.com. Now let's head to the field with tonight's crew bringing you all the action right here on the Spirit Media Network.
And we welcome you to Petal, Mississippi, as we're in the Pine Belt for our Game of the Week tonight. We welcome you to Petal High School, Brandon and Petal. There's always something crazy that goes on when these two teams meet, and we welcome you to our Centerpoint Energy pregame report. I'm Jason Scarborough. Chris McDonald's going to join us here shortly. So Brandon 2-0 in region play, Petal 2-0 in region play. And we told you when these two teams get together, you never know what's going to happen. We'll give you a little recap about what happened last week. Brandon last week, they got down to George County 6-2 at the half, but they erupted in the second half to win going away 29-6. You go on the other side, Petal, in a 2-hour rain delay and lightning delay last week, they were able to overcome and defeat Oak Grove, their nemesis Oak Grove, 21-7. So you've got two teams, both 5 wins in the season, 5-1 overall for Petal, 5-2 for Brandon. Both teams 2-0 in the region, and with Pearl already taking a loss 2 weeks ago here at Petal, this game goes a long way in marking who will win Region 3-6A. We're glad that you're with us tonight. We ask that you share the Facebook live video you can watch on YouTube Live, Twitter, as well as our website, spiritmedianet.com. When you look at these two teams, it's interesting because Petal is a team that folks have been like, what's wrong with Petal the last couple of seasons? Well, they've been young. They've had a lot of sophomores, a lot of freshman players come in key positions. But this is a team Coach Marcus Boyles believes in. They're a senior-laden team, and they've gotten great production both on offense and defense. So this is the type of season that you expect Coach Marcus Boyles, who's been around the coaching ranks for almost 30 years, over 280 wins. This is the kind of season that Coach Boyles he excels in with a senior-laden team, and this is a tough out for the Brandon Bulldogs tonight. Of course, the Bulldogs led by Dandy Dozen quarterback Will Rogers. He's got his work cut out for him tonight going against a stiff Petal defense. Of course, this is a Petal defense that gave up 37 points to Pearl a couple of weeks ago, and that was Pearl without star running back Kenyatta Harrell for much of the ball game. So when you look at what's got to give tonight, Brandon, a stout defense, Petal a stout defense, both teams with some offensive playmakers, and we've got a pretty much, for the most part, a dry track here tonight. Weather we thought was going to be an issue here tonight. Rain was in the forecast for much of the night. We do see lightning in the distance. We did see that a few minutes ago, so we're hoping that that holds off and we can get this ball game in. Chris McDonald is going to join us here in just a couple of moments, help us break down tonight's impact players, starting lineups, and the kickoff coming in 2 minutes as we continue here on the Centerpoint Energy pregame show right here on the Spirit Media Network.
You're more than a patient at KDMC. You're family, worthy of kindness, compassion, and respect. King's Daughters Medical Center, caring for our community like no one else can.
The Outdoorsman Tractor Package is here at Mississippi Ag. Choose a 3 Series John Deere tractor tailored to your horsepower needs and get all the attachments you require for the fall in one convenient package, including a loader, disc, and spreader starting at $315 a month. And as always, you get it all covered by our 10-year warranty. With 0% financing for 60 months, it's a deal that is sure to help you get your food plots ready for the season. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer expires 10/31/19.
Before digging in my yard, I always call 811 to have my utility lines marked, to avoid service interruptions or injury. As Centerpoint Energy says, it's better to call 811 now than 911 later. And if I suspect a gas leak, I leave the area immediately on foot and call Centerpoint Energy and 911 from a safe, remote location. Really?
CenterPoint Energy invests in its infrastructure to help keep you safe. CenterPoint Energy. Always there.
Mississippi Hunters, did you know that Vance Sporting Goods has the largest gun selection in the state? Vance carries the lines you know and respect, like Browning and Benelli. And we've got plenty of ammo in stock too. Drop by and check out our new duck hunting section, complete with decoys and accessories. You'll be happy you did. If it's guns, it's at Vance. Vance Sporting Goods.
777 Highway 468 in Brandon, or visit us online.
All right, we'll welcome you back as we're just about ready for, right when we get back, the Star Spangled Banner and tonight's prayer. So we might have to throw it to another break here in just a second. So bear with us as we got back right in time for tonight's prayer and national anthem. So we're just about 9 minutes and 30 seconds away from kickoff here as we'll pause for our national anthem and tonight's prayer. One more pregame break here in the CenterPoint Energy pregame show. Hate to do this to you, but we're back in 2 minutes on the Spirit Media Network.
Family owned and operated since 1986, Lakeside Molding has become the trusted source of architectural products throughout the South. They offer fine interior architectural moldings, custom millwork, and cabinet doors designed and handcrafted in Flowwood. Their showroom on Lakeland Drive is stocked with today's most sought-after interior details, including corbels, post, fireplace mantles, bath vanities, butcher block islands, mirrors, and Tim Shoemaker and his staff work closely to meet client needs for new construction, restoration, and remodeling projects. Lakeside Molding, where details make the difference.
You often hear about Mississippi's best kept secrets. If you're looking for the perfect place for your next weekend getaway or the just right setting for your wedding reception, look no further than the best kept secret in Mississippi, the Cart Barn Inn. The Cart Barn Inn is tucked away in Bruce, Mississippi, less than 30 minutes from Oxford, and is a full-service bed and breakfast. Each room at the Cart Barn Inn is fully furnished, including flat-screen TVs, microwaves, refrigerator, internet, comfortable seating areas, and docking stations for your smartphones just in case you forgot your charger. Enjoy breakfast in the morning or a nice evening walk in our privately fenced-in courtyard. Enjoy the game outside on our patio area or take a walk on our boardwalk to our private gazebo. Kay Tyler and her staff will meet every expectation during your stay. Call and book your reservation today at 662-983-7829 or log on to cartbarninn.com. Cart Barn Inn, the best kept secret in Mississippi. The Mississippi National Credentialing Initiative, or MNCE, is a collaboration between the Mississippi Community College Board and the 15 Mississippi community and junior colleges. The MNCE provides opportunities for students enrolled in credited career and technical education programs to receive national certifications. The premise of the MNCE is to connect education and industry for an improved Mississippi workforce. Students with national certifications often earn more than their counterparts without a certification. Visit mccb.edu for more information regarding the MNCE and career and technical education programs that lead to national certifications.
Can't figure out where to stop for lunch or dinner? That's easy. Abner's of Brandon, famous chicken tenders, will hit the spot for you and your family. Abner's famous chicken tenders are unique because the fresh chicken is marinated and battered in Abner's own special recipe batter, and then served with Abner's own special dipping sauces. You'll always get fresh chicken tenders, never frozen, and it's all made from scratch. Abner's of Brandon, located at 1480 West Government Street in Brandon. Like us on Facebook for updates and store information.
A smile is one of the first things most people notice. And for over a decade, Germany Dental has helped change smiles for thousands of people across Mississippi.
I was so embarrassed about my teeth that I never smiled. But now that I have dental implants and cosmetic veneers from Germany Dental, I can't stop smiling. My decision to see Dr. Germany literally changed my life.
Germany Dental, changing lives, one smile at a time. Call 601-825-4746 today.
And we welcome you back as we're just moments away from tonight's kickoff as we welcome you back to the CenterPoint Energy pregame show. Chris McDonald going to join us here in just a second. While we have a moment, let's give you tonight's starting lineups brought to you by CenterPoint Energy. Let's start with the visiting Brandon Bulldogs. We'll look at both offense and defense. As we talked about Will Rogers in the pregame show there, your Dandy Dozen quarterback. And, of course, on defense, one of the key players there is Perry, your linebacker. And that's a look at the Bulldog starters on offense and defense. Gives us a chance to now look to the home-standing Petal Panthers. Offensively and defensively there, as you look. DeCarlos Nicholson had a great ball game in our last game of the week here against the Pearl Pirates. Defensively, of course, Jacorian Newsom. That's the name we're going to call quite a bit tonight. As Chris McDonald now joins us on the broadcast. Welcome to the booth, my friend.
I appreciate it.
Glad that you're here, man, and glad that you're with us here tonight. So, all right, so Brandon Petal, there's always crazy things that happen when these two teams get together. No matter who comes out on top, something crazy always happens.
You're right about that. It has been a up and down series with these two. Sometimes a team that you think is going to just come in and just completely control, it doesn't happen that way.
Doesn't always happen that way, does it? The teams are meeting out on the field and to see who's going to be getting the football first tonight, as we welcome you to the broadcast booth and glad that you're here with us tonight from Petal. Logan Campbell running everything pretty much. Our technical director tonight, and Drew Hall running the camera here tonight. So glad that you're with us. As we see all of you sharing our video on Facebook, we appreciate that so much. Well, when you look at the impact players, Chris, you know, there's a couple of players with Brandon's defense. You know, we talk about the Dogs D being really nasty, just plain nasty. They've really stood out for the first several weeks of the season. They've got a ton of speed that can cover the perimeter and get into the backfield in a hiccup.
Yeah, they can. This Brandon team is 7th in the state in tackles for loss, in the top 100 nationally, with 73 tackles for loss. That's crazy.
It is crazy.
Yeah, they have 29 sacks and 3 interceptions, 5 fumble recoveries off 9 forced fumbles. Many experts want to talk about Will Rogers and the quarterback, but this Brandon defense under this defensive coordinator, Greg Anderson, has been one of the best this season.
And I think Brandon is probably one of the more underrated defenses so far here this season. And I think you got to give credit to Coach Anderson and his staff for what they've been able to do with this Bulldog defense. You know, Petal, when you talk about this Panther team, we got to see them a couple of weeks ago against Pearl. It was an overtime win, 38-37 for the Panthers. Petal last week outlasting Oak Grove 21-7, a 2-hour rain delay. So that was a good win for the Panthers. You got 2 undefeated teams in region play at 2-0. Petal, they knew they'd have some good choices at running back coming back this season with Micah McGowan, among others. But the play of their quarterback in big games, it cannot be understated.
Yeah, you know, DeCarlos Nicholson is just, he seems like he's built for big games. He's a senior. He knows that this is his last chance to win a state championship. And so far, looks like they got a good chance. In our last game of the week broadcast against Pearl, he was outstanding. He went 9 of 14 for 215 yards, 3 touchdowns and no interceptions. The kids just played lights out. He didn't force the ball. He made the right checks. He knew really what to do with the defense. He read the defense real well, and I expect him to have a big game tonight.
Really? Against the Brandon defense, huh?
I think he could do it.
Okay. All right. So our impact players we'll look at here in just a second as we're ready for kickoff, as it'll be Brandon getting the football, or I'm sorry, Petal getting the football first. And it'll be the Panthers offensively, as you've got Nicholson, the quarterback. We profiled him a moment ago. Micah McGowan has close to 900 yards rushing on the season, 868 yards so far, Chris. He's been outstanding, and he leads the team in touchdown rushes, 9 touchdowns leading the team. He averages almost 7.5 yards per carry. So it'll be Brandon kicking off here. Authoring this kick for the Bulldogs will be Mason Walker, number 95. Brandon in, it's like white tops, black pants. Of course, Petal in their red jerseys with the gray helmets, and we're ready here from Petal. Beautiful night for football. The rain has cleared off, and fans continue to file in here from Petal. Glad that you're with us tonight. Thanks for hanging out with us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SpiritMediaNet.com. Looks like that's McGowan, one of the return men of the formation here for the Panthers. Here's a kick from the Bulldogs. Going to go into the end zone, and Petal will get it 1st and 10 out at the 20-yard line to start things off. So what are you looking for here on offense for Petal? One of the things that I thought was interesting, Brandon has just over 600 yards rushing as a team so far this year. Petal has nearly 1,600 yards rushing as a team. It's going to be important for Petal to get off with a good running attack here.
I agree, Jason. Get out, do what you do well. Establish yourself, get some rhythm going. That's the biggest key.
Let's see what the Panthers come up with here. Nicholson, your senior quarterback. Put a man in motion. Play clock down to 6 seconds. Nicholson flips the running back. Looks at that 3-man, now 4-man Bulldog front. There's the snap, a handoff to McGowan, a stutter step, and he has stood up as he gets to the 21-yard line and immediately tackled Perry and Harris, combining to make the stop for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, the center of that Bulldog defense, they read that real well. Minimal gain. They've been very good at that all season.
The tackles for loss, we talked about that in the pregame. Brandon has been outstanding. Top 100 in the nation and 7th in the country, or 7th in the state, top 100 in the country, with 73 tackles for loss. Your quarterback is Nicholson. He'll take the snap. Quick throw here to the near side. It's too high for the intended receiver. Looks like he was trying to hit Harris here on the near side. And I don't know if that one was too tall for Harris or if he just took his eyes off of it.
Maybe a little bit of both. Early in the game, big game, get a little amped up. Let that one fly a little too high.
So 3rd down and 8. Our first 3rd down of the night just underway. First possession. Petal and Brandon. Petal's won 2 of the last 3 versus the Dogs. Brandon winning convincingly last season. Nicholson going to hand off to McGowan coming near side. Tries to reverse his field, and there's that Bulldog defense. And we will call this gentleman's name quite a bit tonight. Perry as well as Bowie coming up to make the tackle for the Bulldogs. And it's 3 and out for this Petal offense.
He made a nice cut, but this, once again, this defense just swarming to the ball and doing what they do well.
Let's see if the Panthers can get off a good kick here. Nate Jones inside the 10. Comes forward. The punt block was on. Not a very good kick. Going to take a Bulldog bounce inside the 35 and go backwards towards the 30. So Brandon's going to have outstanding field position here as that punt just looked really, really weird there as it went backwards.
Yeah, he had a lot of pressure on him. A couple of defenders in his face, and I think he may have rushed that just a little bit.
So here comes Will Rogers, your senior quarterback. Looks like that's going to be Johnson to his right shoulder and not Montag, and it is going to be Johnson. Now pistol formation for Rogers. There's the snap, a handoff to Johnson, plunges inside the 30. It'll be a gain of, we'll call it 3 yards, 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, good block, just, kind of setting a tone here.
So Brandon with outstanding field position after a shank as we see lightning in the distance. Goodness, we don't need any more lightning delays. 2 weeks in a row. Back to pass is Rogers. Quick pass here near side is caught inside the 27, is spinning out of bounds. On the reception, we'll call this young man's name quite a bit tonight. Ashton Nickelberry, the senior, leads the team in all categories, catches, yards, and touchdown receptions.
Yeah, this kid's special. He's really anchored that receiving core this year for Brandon.
So the Bulldogs with a 3rd down and 5, right at the 27-yard line. Ball on the near hash. Rogers calls for it, now looks to the sideline. Petal 3 and out on their first offensive possession. Now the Dogs after a shank punt by Petal. Rogers takes, quick pass far side, off the fingertips. Looks like Nickelberry was thinking about the secondary. Close it in there, and it's incomplete. 4th down. The Dogs have a decision here.
Yeah, Jason, looks like he was hearing footsteps there. He just kind of short-armed it, and
Micah Cherry, yeah.
Cherry. Sorry. Just did a great job.
So you're kind of in no man's land here, but it does look like the Dogs are going to go for the field goal here. They'll put it down at the 27-yard line, the line of scrimmage. So field goal of 40-plus yards here from Mason. He's 4 of 7 on the year. The snap is back. The hold is down. A low kick. It's got the distance, and it is no good. It hooked wide left at the last moment. As it looked like he might have had the leg there, but no good as the Dogs cannot cash in on the good field position. And now Petal, they'll get it back for their second offensive possession.
It's a real low kick, but, you know, I don't blame Brandon. I'd go for the points. I agree with the decision.
You're on the road. You want to get points first.
You want to get points.
Yeah.
And, you know, this Petal team, both teams kind of figuring each other out right now.
So Petal looked absolutely stymied on that last possession. Tried to get McGowan going and could not. Nicholson, quick pass here near side. It's caught. And advancing up to around the 25-yard line is Jonathan Harris, the junior wideout. We'll call it a gain of 5, second down and 5.
Good screen pass. I like the call. Start with the short passes, kind of get your quarterback's confidence up.
Scoreless here in this first quarter. Nicholson, your quarterback. Quick pass far side. It's low but caught. Now advancing across the 30 with the Mississippi Ag first down. And they wrestle him down as he gets up to the 36-yard line. And on the reception, looks like that might be Harris again, and it is.
Yeah, Petal doing a good job. Looks like they're trying to maybe move a little tempo here. Screen pass, they keep running the trips and running that screen pass.
Nicholson with trips to the near side here. Calls for it. There's the snap. Going to hand off right side with a big hole. A Mississippi Ag first down and more. And on the carry is number 28 for the Panthers, a new running back in the ball game. That's 28 Cameron Martin. Now you look at the Center Point Energy replay here, and he had a big hole off that right side.
Yeah, you got to give it to that Petal offensive line. They opened up a big hole on the right side of the line.
So in Bulldog territory for the first time tonight. A quick pass here near side from Nicholson. And first down, spinning inside the 40, near the Bulldog 35-yard line. The Mississippi Ag first down. Jeremiah Robinson, 12th catch of the year for a Mississippi Ag first down.
3 out of 4 plays have been screen passes to, they've mixed it up as to which side, but they're challenging Brandon, saying, stop us.
Nicholson has connected with a couple of different receivers here. Handoff here near side. I think that's going to be 28 once again on the carry, and it is. That's going to be Cameron Martin, junior running back. And you look at the Center Point Energy replay here.
Wow, just a good job just getting to that outside and getting what you can.
This is a Brandon defense. They get in the backfield quick. You don't have 73 tackles for loss and rank in the top 100 nationally if you can't get in the backfield quickly. And this Bulldog defense has been able to do that all season long, and now Petal trying to use their strength against them. A man in motion is right. Been able to run the football quite effectively this year as well for the Panthers. Just haven't seen them take off just yet. We'll call it 3rd down and 3 for the Panthers, just inside the Bulldog 30. Nicholson going to hand off. Looks like that's McGowan spinning, still fighting for yardage. Gets to the 25-yard line, and he's got the Mississippi Ag first down. And got to give credit to this Petal offensive line.
Yeah, you do. They've been doing a good job, and just keeps his legs churning and gets the first down.
You have a feeling that Coach Boyles wants to shorten the game, keep that Bulldog defense out there for quite a bit of time, and doesn't want Will Rogers and that Bulldog offense on the field. Wants to shorten this ball game.
I would say so.
Nicholson in the shotgun once again where he's been all night. Going to roll to his right. Looks downfield. Wants to go long. Has a man. It's caught inside the 5-yard line. And on reception, Jonathan Harris, the junior wide receiver. And goodness gracious, what a pass by Nicholson.
Yes, it was. He put it right where only the receiver could get it, and was not bad coverage by the defense. He just put that throw right where it needed to be.
Inside the KDMC red zone with a Mississippi Ag first down. It's 1st and goal for the Panthers. As we're at the 6:38 mark of this first quarter, second possession for the Panthers. Trips to the near side for Nicholson. He'll put a man in motion. Nicholson takes, slant pass. Incomplete, and there's the flag. They're going to get interference. And I believe, let's see who the guilty party is. That might be Pitt. Do you like the call there, pass interference?
Yeah, I agree with it. He looked like he got there a little early, wrapped him up. He kind of had his arm draped over him. I'd say that's a fair call.
Let's look at the replay here. Yeah. Maybe it go either way. What does Logan say? Don't know? Logan's like, I don't know. Kind of goes back to what's a catch, what's not a catch, right?
Don't get me started.
So here's a good angle here of the officials talking to the Brandon defense here. And apparently there's been some jawing back and forth. You expect that between these two teams. They're going to go back and forth, but heads up to the officials here for getting things in order.
Yeah, this has been a chippy game in some years past, so good job by the officiating crew, kind of get a handle on it before it really gets out of hand.
So 1st and goal after the penalty. They'll mark it right at the 2-yard line. Nicholson is in the shotgun, and now the official is going to stop play once again. And they got to get the ball just right, Chris. Laces up, right?
That's right.
Now, we appreciate the officials and their hard work. As Nicholson, 1st and goal from the 2. He's in the shotgun. He's going to hand to McGowan. McGowan, stutter step, plunges into the end zone for our first score of the night. And the Panthers march it down the field, and Petal on top, 6-0.
Yeah, Petal just doing what they do well here. He's going to hand off and give it to the right side of the line there. He has just a good hole, and once again, running backs just don't give up.
Great block by the right tackle, Connor Hitson, the senior there on the right side, and Landon Easley, the tight end. Attempting the extra point is Nate Jones, and he is up, and he is true with 6:26 remaining in this first quarter. Petal strikes first, 7-0 on top. We're back in half a minute right here on the Spirit Media Network.
You're more than a patient at KDMC. You're family, worthy of kindness, compassion, and respect. King's Daughters Medical Center, caring for our community. No one else can.
Back with you here.
job on the inside. Petal's really had on the outside of that offensive line.
Lawson on the tackle there some moments ago. And a goal now from, we'll say, the 7. Trips to the far side of the formation. McGowan remains in the game at quarterback. Nicholson in the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers. And Nicholson, we talked about him being a mobile quarterback, Chris. He showed off his wheels here.
Boy, what he had right there. The offensive line doing a great job, and 3 or 4 defenders on him. He still manages to get in the end zone.
13-0, Panthers on top here in this first quarter. And to attempt the extra point is Nick Jones. Jones authors this kick up, and it's good. Petal 14, Brandon nothing. 1:47 in this first quarter of play. As we take another look as the extra point punches through here for the Panthers.
Become the trusted source of architectural products throughout the interior architectural moldings, custom millwork, and cabinet doors designed and handcrafted. Their showroom on Lakeland Drive is stocked with today's most sought-after interior detail. Fireplace mantles, bath vanities, butcher block islands, mirrors, and much. Shoemaker and his staff work closely to meet client needs for new construction, remodeling projects. Lakeside Molding, where details make the difference.
I'm about to check it now because I got pulled up.
I'm having it. Welcome back. Jones gets ready to kick this one deep. And O'Brien is going to go off of his knee again and out of bounds. O'Brien, his second muffed kickoff in a row, and it's out of bounds near the same place it was. Time. Wow. Goodness gracious.
Once again, I mean, have a rough night for this kid on kickoffs.
Wow. So Brandon 1st and 10 at the 6-yard line. Goodness. So Brandon can do here down 14-0, and once again, terrible field position after the kickoff. So let's see what Will Rogers can come up with here. Here's the snap. A handoff straight up the middle in a big hole. As on the carry here for Brandon is number 6, Smith, the leading rusher for the Bulldogs. And he's tackled by the shoelaces there, close to a first down. It's going to be 2nd down and 1.
Great job by the Brandon offensive line, just clearing a big hole for him to run.
Rogers, twins to the left. He's going to flip to the far side. Tyndall, quick pass here near side, dropped. In and out of the hands of the intended. There's A.J. Harvey.
Yeah, it looks like he just dropped it right there. The receiver pulled it in.
So minute 13 here in this first quarter at Petal, 14-0. Panthers went 3 and out on their first offensive possession, and they've won.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he got it. This was a great job by Petal's defense once again on 3rd down. He's gonna try to go to the outside, and it just closes up.
I think that was the leading rusher for the Bulldogs, the junior running back, Smith. And the Bulldogs are stuffed, and they're going to have to punt this away once again.
Yeah, the kickoff blunders have really put them in a hole.
Oh, goodness. You know that Coach Peterson and staff have to be livid. High spiraling punt. What a kick.
Good
this could field or flip the field position here, and it does. Takes a Bulldog roll inside the 30, the 25, all the way down to the 23-yard line. His long coming into the season was 37 yards, well outdone there by a mile. And Brandon needed to flip the field position here in the worst of ways.
Yeah, they did. Great job by this kid. Flips the field, gives their defense a chance.
So 17 seconds here in this first quarter, and Petal up 14-0 now with the football. Time to squeeze off one or two more plays here before we end the first quarter. Nicholson, who just scored a touchdown moments ago. There's the snap. Flag comes in. And it looks like it's going to be, Chris, you catch it? I think it's going to be false start.
False start. Yeah, it was a first mistake of by the Petal offense tonight.
Maybe one of the receivers out of the stance there. So Petal with their first penalty on offense tonight. 1st and 15 for the Panthers. As Nicholson going to take the snap and hand off to McGowan. Nowhere to go. Actually check that on the carry. That's going to be the second string running back. Cameron Martin, and Chris, he was stuffed from the beginning.
Yeah, this was a great job by the Brandon defense. I mean, we talk about this defense getting in the backfield quick. They did it right there.
Kadarius Bowie with the stop, and that brings us to the end of the first quarter. It's been all Panthers so far, 14-0. A lot of football left in this one. Hang around with the second quarter coming up right here on the Spirit Media Network.
With two boys, I know about suspicious odors.
But CenterPoint Energy taught me something important. If I smell rotten eggs, it might be a gas leak. I should leave on foot immediately and call both CenterPoint Energy and 911 from a safe location. I also never store flammables like paint or gasoline near my natural gas appliances. One spark is all it takes to ignite fumes.
CenterPoint Energy provides tips to help you keep your family safe. CenterPoint Energy, always there.
Mississippi Hunters, did you know that Vance Sporting Goods has the largest gun selection in the state? Vance carries the lines you know and respect, like Browning and Benelli. And we've got plenty of ammo in stock too. Drop by and check out our new duck hunting section, complete with decoys and accessories. You'll be happy you did. If it's guns, it's at Vance. Vance Sporting Goods.
777 Highway 468 in Brandon, or visit us online.
Back with you as we get started here in this second quarter. And Chris, it's been all Panthers so far. Couple of special teams blunders by the Bulldogs put their offense in a tough position, gave Petal great field position. Now for the first time tonight, Petal kind of experiencing what Brandon did much of that first quarter with bad field position.
Yeah, Brandon really put themselves in a hole here. Hats off to Petal so far. They've taken advantage of their opportunity.
2nd and 15 for Nicholson. He's back to pass. Plenty of time. Throws over the middle, and it's intercepted by the Bulldogs. Intercepted by Brandon. The break that the Bulldogs needed. And tackled out of bounds inside the 30, and there comes the flag. On the interception for the Brandon defense is number 12, DJ Walker. First interception of the season for the senior free safety.
Yeah, he had time. He's moving around in the pocket and just sailed this one a little high. Went right over his receiver and into the defender's hands.
I don't know who he was going to there. Was he going to Hanford or to Harris?
It looked like he went to Hanford, but it went a little high, and it looked like Harris may have had a shot at it had Walker not stepped in that gap.
And after the play, they're going to get a late hit on the Panthers. I think that's going to be the flag here, Chris, at least. That's what it appeared to be. So that should move the football inside the KDMC red zone, and I think that's what is going to happen here. I think maybe Hanford, the guilty party?
Yeah, he carried him out of bounds and just kept driving him. I think that's what they're going to get him for.
So Brandon with an outstanding opportunity here. They missed a field goal on their first offensive possession as we check the replay one more time here. And again, I think he was going for Hanford there.
I think so. Like I said, and Walker, hats off to him. He steps in that gap and just picks it right off, and you see he carries him right out all the way to the fence.
Hanford upset that he didn't have a chance to haul that one in, I think. So Brandon inside the 15-yard line, inside that KDMC red zone. Rogers takes, hands off, right up the middle, carrying folks with him. Ozario Smith inside the 10-yard line down to the 7. He's close to a Mississippi Ag first down.
Yeah, he does a good job, just keeps his feet moving and just, I mean, he gets hit by 4 or 5 guys and just nobody gets him down.
So Brandon, 2nd down and 4, just inside the 10-yard line. Handoff up the middle, 1st down and more towards the end zone. Did he break the plane? Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Once again, just great across the line there at the end.
Smith with a fantastic carry, just drove those legs, Chris. And you look at the replay here. I mean, he went right up the middle in the heart of the defense, and then the presence of mind to stretch the ball across the plane and get in.
He gets in while dragging 2 defenders, mind you.
So here's the extra point from Walker. It is up, and it is good. We've got ourselves a ball game, 14-7. Brandon on the board, Petal on top with 11 minutes and 14 seconds here in this first half of play. We're back in 30 seconds on the Spirit Media Network.
Family owned and operated since 1986, Lakeside Molding has become the trusted source of architectural products throughout the South. They offer fine interior architectural moldings, custom millwork, and cabinet doors designed and handcrafted in Flowwood. Their showroom on Lakeland Drive is stocked with today's most sought-after interior details, including corbels, post, fireplace mantles, bath vanities, butcher block islands, mirrors, and much more. Tim Shoemaker and his staff work closely to meet client needs for new construction, restoration, and remodeling projects. Lakeside Molding, where details make the difference.
Back with you here at Petal High School as Brandon takes advantage of an interception moments ago, and they cash in with the Smith touchdown run from a few yards out. And it's 14-7, and Chris, we knew that this was going to be a ball game, and Petal jumped out of that quick 14-0 lead. Brandon right back in it.
Yeah, you know, we kind of expected this. We expected this to be a good close game, and so far we've got just that.
Here's the kick from Walker. Low line drive kick. Going to take a bounce and heads up play here by the Panthers special teams unit. They just let it go out of bounds, and so the Panthers will get good field position here after the kickoff out of bounds. All right, so if you're Coach Marcus Boyles, what are you telling your crew now? You say, okay, we punched some more, and now they punched back. So what are you telling your offense here?
You know, just keep doing what you've done. You got to put that interception out of mind. You got to go out there. I'd either start with a slow pass or go back maybe a couple of runs and work back into that pass, and just keep doing what you've done all season. What's gotten you to this point? That's why they don't have 1,600 rushing yards for nothing.
No. Really thought they would go to McGowan more on that last possession as Nicholson takes the snap. I think that's McGowan on the carry, and he is stood up by a wall of black, gray, white, and red and pushed back. He had nowhere to go there. Great defense by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, defensive line just working their way, and they're on the other side of the line just waiting on the running back here.
Bowie and crew there on the stop. And you got a different linebacker in the ball game now. Shepard Robbins in on the tackle as well. So no gain, 2nd and 10 for the Petal Panthers. Man in motion to the near side. Nicholson, your quarterback. Gonna hand off near side, nothing doing. Gets to the line of scrimmage and push back. They may give him a yard, but I don't even think he got a yard as that Bulldog defensive line coming up here with a big stop again.
Yeah, only going to get, he stretched for maybe a yard here before he gets pushed back. Great defense.
Perry, the senior linebacker that leads the team in tackles with triple digits, 105 tackles coming in there first. And it's 3rd down and 9. They do give him a yard out to the 36. Let's see what the Panthers elect to do on offense here. Up by a score. Nicholson back to pass, pressure in his face. Comes to the right now, throws at the last minute out of bounds, and a good decision just to get rid of it as he had pressure in his face. And take your pick. Fred Harris, the outside linebacker, got there first to force the throw out of bounds. And how about this Bulldog defense? They get the stop here.
Yeah, you see they blitz from the outside. Looks like maybe a corner blitz. Get a linebacker in there, and everybody swarms to him, and he just throws it away.
So Nate Jones going to punt this away. Wallace back to return the punt for the Bulldogs. Clean snap. Boy, Bulldogs almost got there. Not a very good punt. Going to take a sideways bounce out of bounds near the 40-yard line and right at the 40, and that's where Brandon is going to have it. 1st and 10. So now just a couple of minutes, almost 3 minutes deep in this second quarter. Now we're seeing Brandon start to enjoy some good field position like Petal did in that first quarter.
Yeah, Brandon defense finally, I think, starting to figure this Petal offense out. Petal's going to have to be, I think, in some ways be a little more aggressive to maybe throw this defense off, this Brandon defense off.
One thing Brandon went to that last possession, after the interception, they had a short field, but still they were able to get the rushing attack going. They try to do that here as on the carry. I want to say that might have been Smith on the carry, and it was. Minimal gain. We'll call it a gain of 3 yards, second down, or actually a gain of a couple. Well, they say 2nd and 3 or 2nd and 7 after the 3-yard gain.
Yeah, Petal's defense just doing a good job here. Swarm him up.
Walters getting there first for the Panthers. Back to pass is Rogers. Rogers, time. Now he's flush from the pocket. Rolls to his right. Completes a pass to Montague, and he's inside the midfield stripe with the Mississippi Ag first down, and now the Bulldogs on the move.
This is a good job by Will Rogers. Just gonna, he's a mobile quarterback as well. Gets it out there, hits his running back right across the middle of the field.
You know, he almost connected with Montague earlier. Of course, he had stepped out of bounds. Illegal touching was a penalty earlier. Brandon on the move now. Ball on the far hash. Rogers going to send Montague in motion. There's the snap. Now back to pass is Rogers. Now flush from the pocket. He's going to run. He's to the 45. He's to the 40 and now pushed out of bounds. And he's close to the Mississippi Ag first down. And now here comes the flag as they're going to get Petal with the late hit as Rogers was pushed into the shrubs here near side.
This is a good decision by Rogers. He goes through his check down, his progression, takes off.
What a fake, by the way. Can we talk about the fake for a second?
Yeah, he did. He got the defense to bite. It looks, man.
Wow.
Looks like they're still.
Take a look at the replay again. What a fake to Montague. He had all day to throw. And heads up play there by Kevin Walters, who read it and said, nope, I'm not biting it. Does that look late to you?
A little bit, but it looks like we may. I'm not sure what they're going to call it.
Let's see. You've got a penalty against Brandon. What did he call? Was that a chop block?
I'm not sure what that was, to be honest with you.
I got to be honest. I don't know what that was. Did he just do the too legit to quit deal? Did he just?
What it is Brandon, one of the receivers came back in to block and just took out a.
I thought they were going to get Rogers or get Petal for hitting Rogers out of bounds. That's what I thought.
Yeah, and I thought that too, but I saw somebody get hit, and I had to watch the replay here again. He just if you watch late, right as Rogers goes out of bounds, you're going to see the defender get taken out right down here. Right.
So it's a block in the back at the very last moment. Oh, yeah. He got cleaned out. I think that was Tyndall, maybe? I think that was Will Tyndall that came in and cleaned him out. So it's still 1st and 10. They just put it back at midfield instead of near the 35. So Bulldogs retain possession. Rogers going to hand off to Smith. Sweeping right side. Plenty of room. Smith still on his feet. Now the ball's loose. A fumble. Smith got popped. And the ball came loose, and Petal says that they have it. No signal yet as we wait from the officials to signal, and they say Petal football.
Yeah, he did a great job. That was, who was that? Was it Proctor?
Might have been Proctor. Let's take a look at the replay, brought to you by CenterPoint energy always there, and the Panthers, Johnny on the spot. That was Harris. That was Jonathan Harris, your starting wide receiver.
Yeah, he knocked him out. Cherry came in from the side and hit that ball, and the ball pops right out.
So Brandon gets a takeaway, and now Petal gets a takeaway. What else do you expect in a clash of Region 3 6A foes? Hanford in motion. Nicholson from his own 25 now looks to the sideline for his play. Play clock down to 6 seconds. So we got ourselves a ball game here with 8 minutes and change in the first half. Nicholson fakes. He's going to keep coming near side. He's in trouble. Has to turn on the jets. Stiff arm, and he's pushed out of bounds. As he gets across the 30, close to the 32, Chris, he turned that into a 6-yard gain after it looked like he wasn't going to pick up a yard.
Yeah, he did a great job of eluding that defense and just kept nice little stiff arm there at the end. Just worked his way up into a decent gain here.
I really thought, you see right here, number 3 for the Bulldogs had a chance at him there, and that was Blake Smith. Just couldn't quite catch up to him. So a gain of 6, 2nd and 4. That's a tough job to ask your linebacker to tackle Nicholson in the open field. Now sweeping right. Looks like that's Hanford on the end around. Gets to the 35-yard line. And Chris, he's going to be a yard shy of that Mississippi Ag first down.
Yeah, he did a good job. Fell a little short of the first down here.
What do you dial up here if you're the Panthers? Maybe a handoff to McGowan going right side, maybe?
Yeah, maybe shoot the running back just off the tackle. That's where they've had a lot of success tonight.
If I'm Coach Bowles, I'm going behind Chris Bird, the sophomore, 5'11", 290, the left guard. That's who I'm going behind. And they do go behind him. And it looks like McGowan from the spot. Looks like he may have the Mississippi Ag first down. As the official comes up and says, yep, move the chains, boys. It's a first down for the Panthers.
May not be pretty, but it's just enough to get the job done.
And if you're Coach Bowles, we said into the first quarter, he wants to keep this game short, wants to keep Will Rogers and Nickelberry on the sideline. He doesn't want the Bulldogs on the field at all. They've been able to move the ball through the air this year, the Bulldogs have. As Nicholson going to hand off left side in a hole that closes quickly. Still able to push out to around the 41-yard line. On the carry is number 28, Cameron Martin. That hole opened and then closed quick, but he still pushed through for about 4 yards. Give him 5 yards.
He's got good acceleration. When he hit that hole, he knew it was there. He put that foot down and accelerated, and it, like you said, it closed up pretty quick. But this Brandon defense, as we talked about, they've got a lot of speed. They can do that.
Bowie on the tackle again for the Bulldogs. As it's 2nd down and 5, just outside the 41. Nicholson, quick pass here near side. Caught, stiff arm to the 45 to midfield in Brandon territory at the 49-yard line. With the Mississippi Ag first down on the reception is number 3, Jeremiah Robinson.
Yeah, I've been waiting this last quarter for Petal. They came out with this, pretty heavy to start the first quarter. And I figured I was waiting to see when they were going to go back to it. The screen passes worked real well for them tonight.
Officials whistle here. Don't know what the whistle is about, so we'll see what's going on here. Looks like you've got a player with an equipment malfunction maybe. I think that's Perry, the starting linebacker. Maybe something's wrong with his helmet, I think. He's pointing to his helmet. And Coach Peterson has a couple of words for him as he comes off the field. The official's going to check here.
Looks like sophomore Braylon Washington coming in.
So Washington comes in for your leading tackler, Perry. Now Coach Tyler Peterson wants to have a word with the officials on the far side. And now everybody ready for football here. That's the only thing I could think is maybe Perry had something wrong with his helmet. Maybe something, a chin strap. Not sure.
Yeah, I didn't quite see what the problem was.
1st and 10 for the Panthers at the Bulldog 49-yard line. Now the clock rolls. As we're inside 6 minutes here in this first half. The handoff to Martin. Left side, nothing doing. He may have lost half a yard. And getting there first again was Bowie, and cleaned up here by Edmondson.
Yeah, this defense just does. Defensive line is just so good at getting in there and closing that hole up.
You don't have 73 tackles for loss coming in to tonight if you're not able to get in the backfield in a hurry and stand up running backs across the state. Brandon's defense, they have been impressive so far this season. And let's be honest, the 14 points, Petal had a short field on really both of those touchdown scores. Well, maybe one. Here's the handoff near side. Nothing doing once again. As Hanford tried to take the end around, and nothing doing. Third down and long coming up.
Yeah, they tried the jet sweep, and it just Brandon does a good job at reading it, and they say not today.
Jordan Lawson got there first. Miller cleaned it up. And now Petal with a 3rd down and 11. As the football here on the near hash. We'll see what Nicholson and the Panthers want to come up with here. McGowan, haven't seen him the last couple of plays at running back. Martin stays in the game. Nicholson back to pass. Pressure in his face. Throws downfield. It is caught. How in the world did he thread that needle? And it's complete for the Mississippi Ag 1st down. And he got it to Jonathan Harris.
This is a beautiful pass. He's going to put this right where it has to be. And under pressure at that.
What a throw, and good concentration there by Harris. As it's a Mississippi Ag 1st down inside the Brandon 40-yard line. Clock rolling as we near 4 minutes in this first half of play. Petal on top, 14-0 and driving. Man in motion to the far side is Robinson. The handoff to Martin. Martin met right in the hole and then spun backwards. As coming up to make that tackle there for the Bulldogs is number 37, Zach Barnes.
Yeah, he just got shut out right in the middle of the field here.
And I guess you got to give credit to Petal. They're trying to keep Brandon honest, trying to run it up the middle a couple of times. That stuff kind of runs me crazy, though. You and I are watching college football on Saturdays. We kind of get upset at our respective teams. But you got to do it to keep an aggressive defense like Brandon, to keep them honest. Nicholson back to pass. Pressure coming from behind. Nicholson rolls to his right, throws a catch on his knees, and then peppered out of bounds. Micah Cherry inside the KDMC red zone with a Mississippi Ag 1st down. Credit to Nicholson here. Pressure in his face, rolls to his right, and just throws a dart.
Man, this was just as pretty as you could ask for. Receiver does his job, gets down on his knees, catches just makes a great catch right there on the sideline and takes a good lick for it too.
Trips to the far side for Nicholson. Looks like Martin. No, that's McGowan back in the game. McGowan going to take the handoff left side, and the Bulldogs there after a gain of, we'll call it 4 yards. They may give them 5 yards. As the initial line of scrimmage, the 12-yard line, they'll put them down close to the 7. We'll say a gain of 4, 2nd and 6.
Good job by the running back to make the adjustment and get good positive yards.
Inside 2.5 minutes here in this first half. Petal content with chewing up as much time on that clock as possible. As Panthers on top 14-7. You've got a flag here near side by the line judge, and it's going to be offside against Brandon. So a 2nd and 6 turns into a 2nd and 1. And goodness, the playbook really opens up here if you're Petal.
Yeah, it does. And Brandon, once again, kind of shooting themselves in the foot here. Yeah, I would assume that Petal's probably going to go back to the run with about a little over 2 minutes left here.
Clock rolling, 2 minutes and change. Plenty of time on the play clock for Nicholson, who takes the snap, a handoff coming right side. McGowan untouched into the end zone. Touchdown for Micah McGowan, his 2nd score of the night. And the Panthers an extra point away from going on top by 2 scores once again.
Like I said, go back to the run. Go back to your bread and butter. He goes to the outside and does not get touched.
credit to this Panther offense on that right side, that offensive line. Taylor, Hitson, and the tight end Easley. Extra point attempt is up, and it is perfect. 21-7. Petal back on top with 2 minutes to go here in this first half of play. We are back in 30 seconds as we'll step aside here on the Spirit Media Network.
The Mississippi National Credentialing Initiative, or MNCE, is a collaboration between the Mississippi Community College Board and the 15 Mississippi community and junior colleges. The MNCE provides opportunities for students enrolled in credited career and technical education programs to receive national certifications. The premise of the MNCE is to connect education and industry for an improved Mississippi workforce. Students with national certifications often earn more than their counterparts without a certification. Visit mccb.edu for more information regarding the MNCE and career and technical education programs that lead to national certifications.
Can't figure out where to stop for lunch or dinner? That's easy. Abner's of Brandon, famous chicken tenders, will hit the spot for you and your family. Abner's famous chicken tenders are unique because the fresh chicken is marinated and battered in Abner's own special recipe batter, and then served with Abner's own special dipping sauces. You'll always get fresh chicken tenders, never frozen, and it's all made from scratch. Abner's of Brandon, located at 1480 West Government Street in Brandon. Like us on Facebook for updates and store information.
Back with you here, live action as the kickoff taken by the Bulldogs here. And on the return, number 27 for Brandon. On the return is DeAndre Ward. And a good return here across the 30, close to the 35. 21-7, Petal on top of Brandon. You've got 1:53 if you're Brandon. You got 3 timeouts. You get the ball back to start the second half. Can't make a mistake here if you're Brandon, but you do want to get points before the half if you can.
You do. You've got to play smart. Don't take big risks here. Get down there, put some points on with a personal foul.
Yeah, it looks like it was a hit out of bounds on the return. I thought I saw the flag. Thought my eyes were playing tricks on me, but it was a late hit on Ward that's going to move the ball out to the 48-yard line. So Brandon with great field position and 3 timeouts for Will Rogers to go to work. Hand off to Montague, and he carries folks with him inside the midfield stripe down to the 46-yard line. We'll call it a gain of 5 yards. Second down and 4 coming up.
Yeah, this was a really good job. He's quick. Just like I said, don't make the stupid mistakes. Keep a hold of the ball. Just you got time. You got 3 timeouts.
They give him a gain of 6, so it's second and 4. That's kind of a weird snap to Rogers. Throws far side, complete to Nickelberry. And that's the first time we've called Nickelberry's name tonight. And he makes a big catch here for the Mississippi Ag first down. Good job by Rogers. It wasn't a great snap and found Nickelberry in a hurry.
Yeah, it looks like maybe a busting coverage off the line, and he just got right in a little area where nobody was around him.
Panthers playing a little zone there. Got caught. Nickelberry found the hole there in the zone, so it's 1st and 10 near the 20-yard line. Clock stopped as Nickelberry went out of bounds. 1:16 as Rogers takes the snap. Hand off to Montague. Shifty move there by Montague. And he's got the Mississippi Ag first down as he stopped at the 12-yard line, and the Bulldogs on the move.
Yeah, he made a nice little adjustment about 5 or 10 yards upfield. Just makes a nice adjustment and gets a few more yards out of that play.
Clock rolling as we're now inside a minute in the first half. Rogers in the shotgun once again. He'll move Tyndall to the near side. There's the snap. Montague sweeping left. Cuts and makes a move inside the 10 down to the 9-yard line.
And that looked like Wyndham that came in there. Just you see him come flying in off camera and just takes down this running back.
You haven't seen Montague carry it that much before this drive. And goodness, he can stop and shift in a hurry, can't he?
Yeah, he can. He's quick.
Timeout, Petal. They want to talk about it. Their second timeout burned here in the half. And we'll burn a timeout with them. Brandon driving down by 2 scores, 21-7. Just over 20 seconds left here, 25 to be exact. We're back in 30 seconds on the Spirit Media Network.
Need your business to stand out and pop? Then it's time to visit Polshap's Screen Print and Embroidery in Brandon. Polshap's can custom design your marketing campaigns with custom screen printing, embroidery, and promotional materials that set you apart from the competition. Speaking of setting apart, Polshap's does all their work in-house from start to finish. No outsourcing, meaning faster turnaround time and lower prices for you, the customer. Visit Polshaps.com to find out more and get started on standing out.
The Brandon Bulldogs with a 2nd down and 6, just inside the 10-yard line. Brandon will get the football back to start the second half. As Brandon trails 21-7, both teams coming in tonight undefeated in region play at 2-0. Petal having already defeated Oak Grove and Pearl could take a huge step forward defeating Brandon tonight. Blitz on, throw to the end zone. Man open, Nickelberry! Touchdown! Beautiful throw by Rogers, the corner in the end zone for the score.
Yeah, this is a great, just a little lob towards the back of the end zone, the back corner, and Nickelberry just all out there. Easy catch, easy pitch and catch.
Beautiful placement there by Rogers for the touchdown. And now Brandon an extra point away from bringing this to a one-score game. With 19 seconds remaining here in this first half. Walker, the extra point. It is up, and it is good. 21-14. And we will take the break with them. We got one more break? Is this it? Yeah, we'll take the break with them back in 30 seconds on the Spirit Media Network.
You're more than a patient at KDMC. You're family, worthy of kindness, compassion, and respect. King's Daughters Medical Center, caring for our community like no one else can.
Back with you here at Petal as the Bulldogs just moments ago, a beautiful pass from Will Rogers to Nickelberry for the touchdown. And Brandon back in this ball game on the reception for Nickelberry. That's his 6th receiving touchdown of the season. Personal foul after the extra point against Petal, so Brandon's going to get to kick this off from the 45-yard line. I've got to ask, are you tempted? You know what I'm going to say, right? How much football have we watched together? You're tempted to go for the onside here, right? Maybe?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, 18 seconds, it doesn't hurt.
They're going to kick it deep. I'd be a terrible coach.
I like the call.
I'd be an awful coach.
18 seconds, you're that far upfield.
Onside, boys, let's do it. Yeah, I mean, you're kicking off from the 45. You know, try to kick it, make it go 10 yards. Hey, if they hop on it at the 30 or 35, you know,
not a big deal. And I like that. I like that call.
I'd be a terrible coach, though. I think so. I would never punt. I really wouldn't. Looks like Petal's going to go in and be content to go in at the half, and they will. And the final seconds will tick off in a phenomenal first half between two undefeated teams. 21-14 at the half. Petal on top of Brandon. And we told you, this is always an entertaining ball game, Chris, and it's been entertaining so far here tonight. Your analysis of the first half on both sides of the football.
Little sloppy at times. Both teams were a little slow to kind of get started, kind of figuring each other out. Brandon finally starting to kind of establish a running game as they were having problems with that. But it's kind of been the Will Rogers show as far as that goes. He's made some really nice passes that's put them in good position. It was nice turnover, nice interception by their defense to put them in good field position to get that first touchdown.
So for Brandon, you got to feel good. You go down 14-0 first quarter. At the end of the first quarter, it's 14-0 Petal rolling. You come back and you get it to a one-score game. You get the football back to start the second half. If you're Coach Peterson, what are you telling your Bulldogs?
Hey, do what you've done this season. We're not opposed to seeing Brandon has played some games like last week.
Yeah.
They were down 6-2 at the half.
To George County.
Nobody
picked George County to win the region, by the way. No disrespect, but nobody picked George County to win the region.
But we've seen that several times where Brandon has played a sloppy or slow first half and then come out and play an amazing second half.
True.
So I would not be surprised if Brandon comes out here swinging to start the second half.
Hey, folks, we got a good halftime for you coming up. We're going to take a 2-minute break here in a moment and throw it to the KDMC halftime report. The SEC update with Jason Crowder. And, folks, he's going to preview all the SEC football games across the Southeastern Conference tomorrow, including the game that yours truly, hey, you're going with me, right?
That's right.
We'll be at Death Valley tomorrow for LSU hosting Florida. We will be there for the Spirit Media Network and the Saturday End Zone show. No telling who we might run into down there tomorrow. This is going to be fun tomorrow. We get this game tonight and LSU Florida tomorrow. I mean, we have way too much fun. We are way too blessed, man.
Oh, that you could say that again. It is going to be an amazing time. Anytime you get to go to LSU, that is a fun environment. I got to go for the first time last year, and it is just amazing. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Death Valley on a Saturday night. There's absolutely nothing like it. SEC update coming your way in 2 minutes as Brandon and Petal at the half. Petal on top, 21-14. In 2 minutes in the SEC update right here on the Spirit Media Network.
The Outdoorsman Tractor Package is here at Mississippi Ag. Choose a 3 Series John Deere tractor tailored to your horsepower needs and get all the attachments you require for the fall in one convenient package, including a loader, disc, and spreader starting at $315 a month. And as always, you get it all covered by our 10-year warranty. With 0% financing for 60 months, it's a deal that is sure to help you get your food plots ready for the season. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer expires 10/31/19.
Before digging in my yard, I always call 811 to have my utility lines marked, to avoid service interruptions or injury. As CenterPoint Energy says, it's better to call 811 now than 911 later. And if I suspect a gas leak, I leave the area immediately on foot and call CenterPoint Energy and 911 from a safe, remote location. Really?
CenterPoint Energy invests in its infrastructure to help keep you safe. CenterPoint Energy. Always there.
Mississippi Hunters, did you know that Vance Sporting Goods has the largest gun selection in the state? Vance carries the lines you know and respect, like Browning and Benelli. And we've got plenty of ammo in stock too. Drop by and check out our new duck hunting section, complete with decoys and accessories. You'll be happy you did. If it's guns, it's at Vance. Vance Sporting Goods.
777 Highway 468 in Brandon, or visit us online.
Family owned and operated since 1986, Lakeside Molding has become the trusted source of architectural products throughout the South. They offer fine interior architectural moldings, custom millwork, and cabinet doors designed and handcrafted in Flowwood. Their showroom on Lakeland Drive is stocked with today's most sought-after interior details, including corbels, post, fireplace mantles, bath vanities, butcher block islands, mirrors, and much more. Tim Shoemaker and his staff work closely to meet client needs for new construction, restoration, and remodeling projects. Lakeside Molding, where details make the difference.
You can't beat the best, and Bama is the best.
That's all any of y'all want to talk about is Alabama.
I wasn't coaching angry out there Saturday. I think that's very big.
Jimbo, that's the worst coach in history.
Who's the second best team in the SEC East?
I got to go with Kentucky.
Bond, handoff, Williams right side, across the 10, to the 5, Travion Williams, up and over and in, and the Aggies win in overtime! Wow!
When I'm speaking facts. I'm just speaking facts.
Burrow dropping back, looking to throw and fires. It's intercepted! Intercepted by the Gators! And it's run back down the sideline by Brad Stewart! How much?
Here's the snap. Placement is down. Kick is up. Line drive kick, and it's good! Tigers win!
This
This is an SEC update, an inside look at Southeastern Conference football. Hello, everybody. God bless you, and thank you for tuning in. I'm Jason Crowder, your host. LaMichael Pirine broke loose for an 88-yard touchdown run in the fourth quarter. Florida's defense delivered another gem, and the number 10 Gators beat 7th-ranked Auburn 24-13 in a matchup of unbeaten teams.
Snap the traps, run it to Pirine, off to the right side, breaks a tackle at the 15, at the 20, at the 25, at the near sideline to 30, down on the sideline into the 50, he's into the clear, he runs to the 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown! Touchdown! 88 yards! Oh my, touchdown Gators!
The voice of the Gators, Mick Hubert, with a call from Learfield IMG College. In Oxford, Mississippi, Jerian Ely and Snoop Connor each had big touchdown runs in the third quarter to help Ole Miss pull away from Vanderbilt 31-6 on Saturday night.
The inside give coming back from the other way and breaking down the field to the 50, to the 40, with a chance is Ely. He's to the 20, to the 15, Jerian's to the 5. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
The voice of the Rebels, David Kellum, with a call from Learfield IMG College. Ole Miss rushed for 413 yards, the first time Ole Miss had rushed for more than 400 yards against an SEC opponent since picking up 442 against Vanderbilt in 1979. Head coach Matt Luke spoke on his post-game radio show about rushing the football.
That was pretty good. It was good to see those freshmen, running in that third quarter, breaking off those two big runs. That really the difference in the game. We kind of got stagnant in the second quarter. The first quarter was pretty good, moving the ball. Second quarter, we got a little stagnant, but it was good to see us come out, get a stop right off the bat, as we talked about in the locker room, and then getting some big runs. So that was good the third quarter.
Soundbite courtesy of Learfield IMG College. Jake Fromm threw 2 touchdown passes. Georgia's defense delivered a dominant second-half performance, and the number 3 Bulldogs recovered from a slow start to beat Tennessee in Knoxville 43-14 Saturday night.
They spotted on the 7, 21-yard gain. Fromm to throw into the end zone. Touchdown Pickens! Touchdown Pickens! Back right corner.
The voice of the Dogs, Scott Howard, with a call from Learfield IMG College. Jake Fromm spoke on network TV after the game on how special this team is.
No doubt, this team's special. We love each other. We're playing for each other. We're not playing for the number on the back. We're playing for the team on the front. And guys are really buying into it. I love it. It's a great feel right now. And let's go in next week and get better.
Kelly Bryant completed 12 of 19 passes for 221 yards and 3 touchdowns and ran for another touchdown as Missouri beats Troy 42-10 in Columbia.
Second and goal for Missouri from the 3. Roundtree offset left, 2 receivers right, tight ends left. High snap inside handoff. He'll keep it as Bryant tucks it and crosses the plane. Breaks the plane. Touchdown Missouri on a 3-yard run. On a nifty ball handling move by Kelly Bryant, faking the dive to Roundtree, pulls it out on the RPO and takes it into the end zone, and Missouri takes the lead with 3:27 to play here in the first quarter.
The voice of the Tigers, Mike Kelly, with a call from Learfield IMG College. Barry Odom, following the game, talked to TV about his team's win.
I think on the first half, we executed pretty efficiently on both sides of the ball. I thought we had too many penalties, left some things out there on third downs, but glad to get back in the winner's circle on the first time out, and now we're back in the league play, and it's on.
And Joe Burrow became the first LSU quarterback to eclipse 300 yards passing in 4 straight games and threw for 5 touchdowns to help the 5th-ranked Tigers defeat Utah State 42-6 on Saturday in Baton Rouge. And that's been a look around the SEC from last Saturday. Stay tuned. Coming up, we'll preview this weekend's matchups, including a big one down in Baton Rouge.
The best years of your life. That's how college is often described. That flash of time when you set out and start to figure out who and where you were born to be. Trailblazer, risk taker, caretaker. The first time you feel a part of something bigger. And if you're lucky, those best years of your life, they last forever. Here, it just means more.
When the sun sets on a fall Saturday in Baton Rouge, there's a certain mystique that fills the vast structure of Tiger Stadium that no one can explain. It's a college football tradition that spans decades, and this Saturday night, it will be a top 10 battle between the lines of that field, known as Death Valley, that has hosted some of college football's biggest moments, like Billy Cannon's punt return against Ole Miss in the 1950s.
He takes it on his own 11, he comes back upfield to the 15, stumbles momentarily, he's at the 20, running hard at the 25, gets away from the 30, still runs the 25,
To the earth earthquake game versus Auburn in 1988.
Here's Moss in motion, and Hodgson drops to throw. Sets up and looks. He's got to hurry. He fires, and it is caught.
Death Valley's known as a place where dreams go to die, and number 7 Florida will walk out onto this historic field with a dream of knocking off number 5 LSU in the most hostile environment in all of football.
It's Death Valley, and we're going to be excited.
It's number 5 LSU, number 7 Florida, as soon as the sun sets in the western sky. There is something special about the atmosphere at Tiger Stadium in Baton Rouge. And their day and night games are literally day and night as far as the difference in atmosphere. Sure, they could have a really good atmosphere during the day, but they really love their night games in Tiger Stadium. It's a tradition that goes way, way back, and they've had some really, really big games, as you heard in that scene setter just a moment ago. They're going to get a big one on Saturday evening at 7 p.m. on ESPN when the Florida Gators, 6-0 overall, 3-0 in the SEC, come to town. The LSU Tigers, 5-0, 1-0 in the league. This is a game that not only positions each team for their division, like Florida needs to keep up pace with the Georgia Bulldogs. LSU trying to keep pace with Alabama. This is a big game as far as it goes to possibly making the playoffs at season's end. A lot of things have to shake out, and this is just another bump in the road for an SEC team. This is a big one because Florida brings in a very vaulted defense. LSU, whoever would have thought, a high-flying, high-scoring, up-tempo offense. Can't wait to see these two tangle on Saturday evening. And the thing that could be the big difference for Florida as far as maybe making or breaking them is how their freshman quarterback is going to respond. Kyle Trask has not been in environments like this where the opposition is against him. Sure, the Swamp was rocking last Saturday night, but they were cheering for Kyle Trask. And it's just a little bit different when you go to Tiger Stadium. It could be very, very intimidating for even a veteran quarterback. Dan Mullen was asked this past week in his weekly press conference, was his quarterback ready for this environment?
We'll have to see on Saturday night how he handles it. We do it. We'll practice that way. We're at practice. We practice with crowd noise. We practice with that playing in road games. And so it's not like he's coming out to practice for the first time, having to go practice for this scenario. He had to come in a tough situation against Kentucky on the road. And, especially you're coming in and we're behind, and they had that place sold out. And it was so it's not like his first time ever having to step on the field in a tough environment.
So the Gators and Tigers are the marquee matchup in the SEC on Saturday. But there's a plethora of games that'll start on your television channel at 11 a.m. with a kickoff on ESPN between the Hedges and Athens at South Carolina. 2-3 overall, 1-2 in the SEC, traveling to take on undefeated Georgia at 5-0, 2-0 in the league. Now, traditionally, this game has been very close, a lot like Texas A&M and Arkansas. So you can kind of throw out the records. It doesn't matter if one team's doing well or the other team's not. It usually is a good game. Will this one be? It will be interesting to find out. Duly filled at Sanford Stadium on Saturday. Mississippi State at 3-2, 1-1 in the SEC, travels to Tennessee to take on the Volunteers in a matchup that doesn't happen often. Matter of fact, the last time these two teams met was in 2012. Bulldogs won by 10, 41-31. But they haven't met in Knoxville since 2008. Tennessee's reeling 0-2 in the SEC, 1-4 overall. 11 o'clock is the kickoff on the SEC network. Both teams are coming off a loss. Both teams are coming off blowout losses. So Coach Joe Moorhead was asked this past week, was he concerned about playing a team that has that must-win attitude?
Every game is a must-win for everybody, you know what I mean? So I don't think that how they played this year, what their record is, or coming off of a tough loss or having suffered some, close setback is going to kind of crank up their urgency. I think in this league, the margin of error is small regardless of the opponent. So I think it's going to be challenging because it's our next game. It's on the road in a tough environment against a good football team.
The Alabama Crimson Tide, with their 5-0 record, 2-0 league record, travels to College Station, deep in the heart of Texas, to take on the Texas A&M Aggies. The Aggies are 3-2, 1-1 in the league. 2:30 p.m. is the kickoff on CBS from Kyle Field. Jimbo Fisher talks about Alabama offensively and talks about what makes them go on that side of the ball.
Offensively, we know quarterback starts with Tua. Just commanding things, making decisions, accurate with the ball. The receivers are dynamic. All those guys. And then you sleep, their tight ends are very athletic in what they do. And they only have 3, they have 4. I mean, 4 of those receivers are with Jalen in there, and plus the return game he brings to the table and what they do in that regard, and Ruggs on the kickoff returns. And, I mean, every time they touch it, you got to know. But then their backs are, they're all going to play in the league and very good up front.
UNLV will take on Vanderbilt in a first meeting between these two teams. This game will take place in Nashville. Vanderbilt 1-4, 0-3 in the SEC, desperately needing a win. UNLV 1-4. They really need a win as well. 3 p.m. is the kickoff on the SEC Network from Vanderbilt Stadium. Ole Miss travels out of division play to take on the Eastern Division Missouri Tigers up in Columbia. 6 p.m. is the kickoff on ESPN2 from Fairfield Field. Ole Miss has played really, really hard. That's been their consistency. But they've been up and down as far as wins and losses. They are 3-3 on the year, 2-1 in league play. They'll be taking on a veteran Missouri team on the defensive side of the ball, and they also have a veteran at quarterback in Kelly Bryant. He's the fifth-year senior, the graduate transfer out of Clemson. Missouri has really improved on the defensive side, where they really needed to improve after their loss to Wyoming to start the season. Matt Luke this past week at his weekly press conference previewed the Missouri Tigers.
This is a very, very good football team. Defensively, they're very, very fast, especially up front. It jumps off the tape right immediately. These guys, they move around, they cause problems. So they're very, very fast up front. Offensively, they're very physical. Have the best tight end we've played yet. He's very, very good. Good quarterback, good running back, and a physical O-line. Plus, we're playing on the road in the Southeastern Conference, so definitely a huge challenge. Coach Odom has done a great job, and those kids play really hard.
The Arkansas Razorbacks also step out of the division. They take on an Eastern Division opponent on Saturday in Kentucky. 6:30 p.m. is the kickoff on the SEC Network from Lexington's Kroger Field. Talk about two teams that are desperate for SEC wins, and not just desperate for conference wins, but wins overall. Arkansas's 2-3. They're 0-2 in the league. Kentucky also 2-3, 0-3 in SEC play. The only team off this week, the Auburn Tigers at 5-1. 2-1 in the SEC. Florida and Georgia both atop the SEC East standings, with Florida at 3-0, Georgia at 2-0. Missouri falls in at 1-0. Alabama and LSU are up at the top of the standings in the SEC West. Alabama 2-0, LSU 1-0. And that's been a look at Southeastern Conference football on SEC Update. I'm Jason Crowder reporting.
The Mississippi National Credentialing Initiative, or MNCI, is a collaboration between the Mississippi Community College Board and the 15 Mississippi community and junior colleges. The MNCI provides opportunities for students enrolled in credited career and technical education programs to receive national certifications. The premise of the MNCI is to connect education and industry for an improved Mississippi workforce. Students with national certifications often earn more than their counterparts without a certification. Visit mccb.edu for more information regarding the MNCI and career and technical education programs that lead to national certifications.
Can't figure out where to stop for lunch or dinner? That's easy. Abner's of Brandon, famous chicken tenders, will hit the spot for you and your family. Abner's famous chicken tenders are unique because the fresh chicken is marinated and battered in Abner's own special recipe batter, and then served with Abner's own special dipping sauces. You'll always get fresh chicken tenders, never frozen, and it's all made from scratch. Abner's of Brandon, located at 1480 West Government Street in Brandon. Like us on Facebook for updates and store information.
A smile is one of the first things most people notice. And for over a decade, Germany Dental has helped change smiles for thousands of people across Mississippi.
I was so embarrassed about my teeth that I never smiled. But now that I have dental implants and cosmetic veneers from Germany Dental, I can't stop smiling. My decision to see Dr. Germany literally changed my life.
Germany Dental, changing lives, one smile at a time. Call 601-825-4746 today.
You're more than a patient at KDMC. You're family, worthy of kindness, compassion, and respect. King's Daughters Medical Center, caring for our community like no one else can.
And we welcome you back. We're here at halftime. The band just finishing up here, both bands actually, and teams making their way back out onto the field. As it's 21-14, Petal on top of Brandon. What a ball game we've got here tonight. Jason Scarborough, Chris McDonald, Logan Campbell. You've got Drew Hall running camera for us tonight, and all of you watching on Facebook, Twitter, SpiritMediaNet.com, YouTube Live. And you can also watch Have you watched on the Roku device yet?
I have.
Isn't that cool? That's so cool. You can download Spirit Live, Roku, Amazon Fire, and watch the playbacks of any of our football games of the week on Friday nights, as well as our Saturday End Zone show on Saturdays, and really any content we put up. Let's take a look at the Mississippi Ag scoreboard, other scores across the state. Mr. Chris McDonald.
All right, let's start out with Heritage Academy over Lamar right now at the half, 39-0.
Ooh.
And one that surprised me a little bit, I showed you this during the half, but it's, West Point at the half, West Point tied with Lake Cormorant 7-7.
That is a little bit of a shocker, just to be honest.
The fact that they kept West Point
kept it close. Yeah, the fact that it's close at all should tell you something.
Grenada over Columbus 35-0 in the second quarter.
Okay.
Vardaman over Okolona 13-6 at the half.
Okay.
Charleston trailing Northside 22-8 at the half as well.
Okay.
Also at the half, Greene County over Forest County 34-0. Trying to go through some more. Mize leads Enterprise Clark 8-7. And I believe that one is also in the half right now.
There were a ton of games last night. It was like 56, 57 games, something like that, last night that were moved to Thursday nights. Or moved to Thursday night because there was fear that we were going to be in rain. We might get rain before the night's over with, but so far the weather has cooperated. We'll take a look at the radar here in the press box, and right now it looks like we've got some activity that's moving south of Hattiesburg, Petal, that entire area. It may shift. We might miss it by a hair, but right now we look to be okay as far as weather and getting this one in. So the teams are warming up and making their final preparations before we get this one started here in the second half. We'll take another 2-minute break, come back with the second half kickoff. Don't go anywhere. What a second half this should be. One touchdown separating the two teams as we're back in 2 minutes right here on the Spirit Media Network.
The Outdoorsman Tractor Package is here at Mississippi Ag. Choose a 3 Series John Deere tractor tailored to your horsepower needs and get all the attachments you require for the fall in one convenient package, including a loader, disc, and spreader starting at $315 a month. And as always, you get it all covered by our 10-year warranty. With 0% financing for 60 months, it's a deal that is sure to help you get your food plots ready for the season. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer expires 10/31/19.
With 2 boys, I know about suspicious odors. But CenterPoint Energy taught me something important. If I smell rotten eggs, it might be a gas leak. I should leave on foot immediately and call both CenterPoint Energy and 911 from a safe location. I also never store flammables like paint or gasoline near my natural gas appliances. One spark is all it takes to ignite fumes.
CenterPoint Energy provides tips to help you keep your family safe. CenterPoint Energy, always there.
The Mississippi National Credentialing Initiative, or MNCI, is a collaboration between the Mississippi Community College Board and the 15 Mississippi community and junior colleges. The MNCI provides opportunities for students enrolled in credited career and technical education programs to receive national certifications. The premise of the MNCI is to connect education and industry for an improved Mississippi workforce. Students with national certifications often earn more than their counterparts without a certification. Visit mccb.edu for more information regarding the MNCI and career and technical education programs that lead to national certifications.
Can't figure out where to stop for lunch or dinner? That's easy. Abner's of Brandon, famous chicken tenders, will hit the spot for you and your family. Abner's famous chicken tenders are unique because the fresh chicken is marinated and battered in Abner's own special recipe batter, and then served with Abner's own special dipping sauces. You'll always get fresh chicken tenders, never frozen, and it's all made from scratch. Abner's of Brandon, located at 1480 West Government Street in Brandon. Like us on Facebook for updates and store information.
We welcome you back just in time for the second half kickoff. As Petal kicking to Brandon to start the second half. Going to be taken inside the 4 and then bobbled and picked up by the Bulldogs and returning it near side, trying to get to the wide side of the field and slung down behind the 10. On the return is number 27, DeAndre Ward. And Chris, it looked like if he just kept it north and south, he would have had a better return. And the Bulldogs start with field position inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, he's going to make a bad decision here and just try to cut it to the side. He bobbles it a little bit to start off, and he should have just ran forward, got what he could. Instead, he went east and west, and Petal caught up with him.
Good open field tackle there by Caleb Mitchell for the Panthers. So here comes Will Rogers, author of a touchdown throw to end the second half, or near the end of the first half, to Nickelberry. Here's a handoff to Montague, spinning across the 10, near the 12-yard line. We'll call it a gain of 3 yards. It'll be second down and 7. If Brandon is going to get it going here, Chris, they're going to have to get Montague more involved.
Yeah, they're going to have to. He's done well in the first half. You know, he had some success. I wouldn't be surprised to see Brandon open it up once they get a little further upfield, get a little breathing room.
Pistol formation here for Rogers. Looks at a 4-man front. Blitz coming from the linebacker. Rogers, time in the pocket. It closes. Pass far side is complete. Minimal gain. Shy of the 14-yard line. On the reception is, looks like that's number 18, I believe, on the reception, and that's A.J. Harvey. And a nice open field tackle by Sam Marlowe, the linebacker.
Game.
Third down and 5 for the Bulldogs. Trips to the near side for Rogers. Changes the protection. Fantastic catch there. Extending the hands and snagging it out of the air is DJ Walker with the Mississippi Ag first down. What a catch.
Yeah, he had to go up a little bit for that one. Overall, pretty good pass, good catch.
Moving across the 20. They'll spot it at the 23-yard line. So Brandon converting and keeping this drive. Smith is going to check. So first and 10 for the Bulldogs, down by 7. They trailed this game at the end of the first quarter, 14-0, and the Bulldogs have mounted a furious comeback and trying to tie this one up on the opening position. As Rogers from the shotgun again. Pocket breaks down, rolls to his right. Now he's going to take off and run. A little flip at the last minute. A little Brett Favre action here in the Pine Belt. Couldn't quite get it to the intended receiver. Incomplete. It'll be third down and 6.
Yeah, he
Brett Favre-esque. He just turned 50 years old, by the way.
I know.
You see that?
I saw that.
That guy still got a rifle, too. He still got a rifle, man. So 3rd down and 6 for the Dogs. Just shy of their own 40-yard line. Trips to the near side. Now Montague back in the game. Rogers, who's back to pass, and comes up with it here for the Mississippi Ag 1st down.
Yeah, Rogers going to throw this one a little high. What a job by his receiver to go up and catch it, keep his balance, and just get the 1st down.
And he came down funny, didn't he, after he landed and managed to keep his footing for the 1st down. Here's a handoff up the middle for Brandon. As the line of scrimmage, the 45 is still pushing out near midfield. He'll be just shy of midfield. And it is. They'll give him a gain of close to 4 yards. We're going to call it 3 yards. 2nd down at 7, actually. We approach 9 minutes here in this 3rd quarter. Opening possession is Brandon down by a score. Twins to the near side and far side for Rogers. There's the snap, play action. Time in the pocket. Now it closes. He's in trouble. Rogers has popped as he gets back to the line of scrimmage. No, they're going to say he lost a yard. And Chris, you got to give credit to that Petal defensive line there, because Rogers, he's had a lot of time to throw on this possession.
Yeah, that was a great job by the Petal defense. They didn't give up. A couple of linemen got through the line and chased Rogers out, and he had nowhere to go.
Let's see what Brandon comes up with here. 3rd down and 9. Play clock down to 10 seconds. Rogers doesn't have them lined up yet. They may have to burn a timeout here. There's a lot of confusion here for Brandon, and they call a timeout. And Coach Peterson beside himself on the sideline. Rogers was looking to the sideline, wanted to know what the play was, and there was confusion. So Brandon will burn their first timeout of the 2nd half. We'll take it with them, 21-14. 3rd down and 9 when we come back. Petal on top by 7. Back 30 seconds on the Spirit Media Network.
A smile is one of the first things most people notice. And for Germany Dental, changing lives, one smile at a time. Call 601-825-4746 today.
Timeout almost over with, and it is over with, as it'll be 3rd down and 9 for Brandon. 21-14, Bulldogs down by a score to Petal. Ashley Ladner watching, Chris Lester, Leon Proctor, Lee Varner, Brian White, Jim McQuinn, Amanda, Chris McDonald. Hey, how are you watching the game? And you're right here with us, man.
Hey.
Eric Brown and Michael Spanky Griffith all watching on Facebook, as well as Jeff Eade. Back to pass is Rogers. They get it to Montague, trying to get a block on the far side, and he will not get the 1st down, as he'll be pushed out of bounds at the midfield stripe. Decision time for Coach Peterson here is 4th and medium. I think you kick it here and play defense.
I agree. Because if you don't get it, you're going to put Petal in great field position. Here you have a chance to pin them back inside the 20 and let your defense do what they do.
So Brandon will punt it away. Mason Walker stands back at around his own 38-yard line. I think that's Harris back to return this for Petal. Walker comes forward. Nice high kick. And watching it bounce, Harris is going to let it go, and it's going to take a Brandon bounce inside the 5, down at the 4. Beautiful special teams play here for the Brandon Bulldogs, Chris, and they made a couple of special teams errors tonight, and they make up for it there. Now Petal, 95 yards away from pay dirt.
Yeah, I was had 1 or 2 good far tonight, and he pins that one right back there around the 5-yard line.
So the Panther offense with the first crack at it, nearly 5 minutes deep in this 3rd quarter. So Brandon, they chew up a lot of time off the clock, just not able to punch it in.
Yeah, they played a little more conservative than I figured they would.
Nicholson with a man in motion from his own end zone, turns and hands, stretch play coming near side, and there's plenty of pasture, but it closes quickly. Out across the 5 to the 8-yard line is Hanford, and he'll pick up a gain. We'll call it a gain of 4 yards. 2nd down at 6. No, they say 3, so we'll call it 2nd down at 7.
If we mention the speed of this Brandon defense, they actually got pushed out too. The defenders got pushed out and were able to come back and help assist on the tackle.
Perry and Miller combined to make the tackle there, as it'll be 2nd and 7 for the Panthers, just shy of the 8-yard line. Nicholson going to flip Looks like that's McGowan to his left shoulder. Back to pass is Nicholson. Quick pass here near side. Going down to make the reception across the 15. Did he hang on? He did. And it's a 1st and 10 brought to you by Mississippi Ag as Jonathan Harris hauls it in.
I like this play. Short pass. Put it where I think he floated it out there a little more than he planned on, but he's going to do a good job to catch it, get out of bounds.
Threw it, like you said, where only his guy could catch it. Threw it low and away from the defender. So heads up play there by your quarterback, Nicholson. Nicholson takes the snap. He's going to hand off to McGowan, who stutters and goes across the left side, across the 20 to the 23, maybe the 24-yard line. And that's a heck of a run there. He started towards the middle, Chris, and then cut it to the left.
I was going to say, what a cutback here. He just says, oh, cuts it back and gets good yardage out of this.
2nd down and 3 coming up now after the gain of 7 for McGowan. He's got 2 scores already on the night. Bunch formation to the near side. Inside 5.5 minutes is Nicholson. Fakes a handoff. Now a quick pass to Hanford near side. Advances to the 30 and plunges forward to the 31. He's got enough for the Mississippi Ag 1st down. So for Petal, you got your back to your own goalpost. Get a couple of plays, and now you can open up the playbook a little bit more.
Yeah, and I like what they're doing. They're going back to running a little more tempo, kind of going back to what they're doing. Short passes, runs, chew that time off that clock. Don't give Brandon too many more chances.
Because Brandon's got some explosive playmakers in the wide receiver core. Nickelberry, one of them. Here's a handoff coming near side, and that's McGowan. Minimal gain. Let me give him a couple of yards on the play. We'll call it a gain of 2. 2nd down and 8 coming up for the Panthers.
And that looked like a good job. I believe that was Perry,
Perry's been everywhere. The leading tackler for the Bulldogs. And I got to tell you, I'm impressed with this sophomore, Kazarius Bowie.
Yeah, he's been a force all night. We've called his name several times because he seems like he's always there.
One of the down defensive linemen in that 3-4 scheme. Like you said, it seems like every tackle we're calling his name. There's Nicholson back to pass. He wants to go over the middle and shoots it low. Actually threw it out to the left. And it was intended, looks like that's Harris, and it was. Had Harris there, Chris, but shot it too low. Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what happened there, but he couldn't quite get it out there.
Looked like Harris might have lost his footing. It's possible. I mean, we did have a lot of rain here. I mean, granted, it's a turf field, but still, a lot of rain. Moved through earlier today, so 3rd and 8. Let's see what Petal comes up with. 1st 3rd down of the half. Here's a handoff, and nothing doing off that left side. As getting there first was Jordan Lawson, and then his buddies came to help clean it up. Minimal gain, a gain of a couple. It'll bring up 4th down and 6, and a punting situation for the Panther offense.
Yeah, when we just say Bowie, we call his name. He's right in there again. I get what they're trying to do. I don't know that I'd have went with that call there, but what do I know?
Maybe Nicholson, RPO option.
Maybe Nicholson. I like the RPO.
Option. RPO. O is for option. Boy, a bad snap here, but managing to get it away is the Panther punter, Nate Jones, and fair catch called for by the Bulldogs at around the 37-yard line. So Brandon gets it for the 2nd time here in this 3rd quarter. Boy, a bad snap, but give credit to Jones just to hang on to it and do something with it.
Hangs on, still gets a decent punt. Brandon going to have good field position either way.
So if you're Brandon, you got to feel good. You ate up nearly 5 minutes first possession, but no points. So you can move the football. They moved it out to near midfield after starting inside the 10-yard line their last possession. Now they get great field position to start this drive. Rogers gives to Montague, and he is wrestled down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 yards. And, boy, the Panthers got in the backfield in a hurry.
Well, nobody picked up the linebacker there. He just steps in and was waiting on him. I believe that was
Marlowe.
Marlowe.
Yeah. Sam Marlowe's been a name we've called quite a bit tonight. It's either Marlowe or Cade Hillman. So 2nd down and 12 for Rogers. Back to pass. Time of the pocket. Now he's flushed. Rolls right. Throws long. Has a man. It is somehow almost brought in. Goodness, I thought he almost came up with it there for a moment. Going up to try to haul it in was Richard O'Brien. Great coverage here by Micah Cherry.
And I don't know that Rogers knew it, but he was being run down from the backside. This was a good throw.
Isaac Lee was given pressure from the backside and nearly caught up with him. So now Brandon, just like that, they're facing a 3rd down and 12. See a lot of folks watching on Facebook. Miss Mitzi Tigert, appreciate her. Back to pass is Rogers. He's in trouble. He's going to be sacked. Back inside the 25-yard line. And it looks like that might have been Isaac Lee that got there once again. And actually, Washington got in on the sack, coming on the blitz there, Chris, and managed to get in the backfield.
This was just a great job. I mean, he got in there before Rogers could really do anything.
See Coach Todd Breland of the Laurel Tornadoes watching on Facebook. Appreciate him. Brad Garner watching from Kansas City. Mr. Carl Boutwell, former Brandon quarterback Andy Reeves watching on Facebook. Here's the punt from the Bulldogs. Kind of a low kick. Going to take a Brandon bounce and picked up by the Panthers. Harris has a chance. He's inside midfield. He's inside the 40, out to the far boundary. And out of bounds at the Brandon 35-yard line. You knew when Harris took it on the bounce, he was going to have a chance, but hold everything. There's a hanky back at the 40-yard line. This one might be coming back.
Yeah, this was a
block in the back against the Panthers.
I was going to ask, before the penalty, I was going to say it was a great job, great decision to pick it up and go with it. Got a little help with a block in the back there.
J.C. Warrington watching on Facebook Live. Don Hope Hughes watching as well. Appreciate all you guys watching tonight and sharing on Facebook. Shout out to Papa Scar watching on YouTube Live tonight. You know he's enjoying it.
Oh, yeah.
Dad always likes to watch the games and say, well, why didn't you do it this way? Why do you do it that way?
You know I can hear that.
You can hear it, yeah. You know, as well as you do. You can hear it now. Hey, guys. You know, a little more gusto on that last call, guys. Can hear it now. So the block in the back. So look at the flip and field position here. Petal went from having it at the Brandon 35 all the way back to their own 30-yard line.
Yeah, you got to hate those penalties.
So big penalty here. 35-yard penalty when it's all said and done. Nicholson takes, throws out to the far side. It's complete. And across the 35 near the 37-yard line. They'll say he went out of bounds at the 36. Is Hanford on the reception. A gain of 6. 2nd down and 4.
It's going to be a good job. Get the screen pass out there and just stay in bounds. Get what you can. Did a good job.
Clock stops as he goes out of bounds with 1:43. Tight ball game here. 21-14 was our score at the half, and that's where we remain at the moment. Petal jumped out to a 14-0 lead at the end of the quarter, the first quarter. There's a handoff for the Panthers. Going to be McGowan. Maybe a yard. They might give him 2. It'll bring up 3rd down and close to 3 yards. Give credit to this Brandon defense. Getting there once again is Jordan Lawson, the senior defensive tackle.
Yeah, that defense is just quick. And we've seen it. They've made some good adjustments at the half to really kind of shut down some of this Petal offense.
3rd down and 2 is the official mark. Right at the 38-yard line. If he gets to the 40, he's got it. Nicholson in the shotgun, joined by McGowan. Man in motion is Hanford. It's going to be the end around to Hanford, coming near side, trying to stretch it out. He's in trouble, and he's going to be tackled for a loss back to the 36-yard line. Great job by this Brandon defense stringing it out, Chris, and coming up with a third down stop.
Yeah, they're going to do a real good job, and Hanford really just didn't have anywhere to go there. He kind of went all the way to the far side of the field and cut back because he didn't have nowhere to go.
Give credit to the sophomore linebacker there for Brandon, Blake Smith. He read that play beautifully and strung it out. Jeff Eade checks in from Indianapolis, 44 and windy there. It's not quite 44 here. Here's the punt, going to take a pedal bounce, and now the Bulldogs going to pick it up on the bounce. And a nice return here. Out across the 30 to the 31-yard line on the return. Number 17, Reagan Wallace, the junior wide receiver. So Brandon, 1st and 10, just across the 30-yard line with 11 seconds here in this third quarter.
You know, Brandon's done a real good job. Both teams really worked the clock that third quarter. Brandon's going to have to try to start figuring out just what they want to do here because they're going to have to get some points on the board this quarter. And the way both these teams have played the time game, they might not have many chances.
So here's Rogers going to take the snap, hand off, and churning those legs is a Bulldog running back. I want to say that that's Smith, and it is Smith, as he'll get a gain of about 4 yards. It'll bring up 2nd down and 6 when we come back for the 4th and final quarter. What a ball game we've got. 1 touchdown separating the two teams. Region 3-6A supremacy on the line. Brandon down to pedal, 21-14. We're back in 60 seconds on the Spirit Media Network.
Need your business to stand out and pop? Then it's time to visit Polshap's Screen Print and Embroidery in Brandon. Polshap's can custom design your marketing campaigns with custom screen printing, embroidery, and promotional materials that set you apart from the competition. Speaking of setting apart, Polshap's does all their work in-house from start to finish. No outsourcing, meaning faster turnaround time and lower prices for you, the customer. Visit Polshaps.com to find out more and get started on standing out.
You're more than a patient at KDMC. You're family, worthy of kindness, compassion, and respect. King's Daughters Medical Center, caring for our community like no one else can.
Back with you as we open this 4th and final quarter. 2nd down and 7 for the Bulldogs from their own 34-yard line. The handoff left side, fighting across the 40 to the 42-yard line. And from the initial spot, he's got the Mississippi Ag first down. That's Ontario Smith once again.
Yeah, Smith doing a great job. He's quick, but he just drags people here. He did a great job. Forward progression is going to get him a first down.
Mississippi Ag first down. Bulldogs keep the chains moving and keep the football. 21-14. Petal scored 14 points in that first quarter, and it's only been 7 points the rest of the way. Brandon with 14 points in that second quarter. No points in the third quarter from either team, and that's where we stand. Blitz coming. Quick pass, far side, complete to Montague. Blockers in front. He's to midfield. Down the far sideline. He turns on the Jets. He might go. Goodbye. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Wow, what a run after catch here. Pressure in his face, in Rogers' face. He's going to throw.
Great blocking on that far side too, by the way.
Great way. He just works his way through past the tackle and just turns the Jets on all the way to the end zone.
You can't coach speed. You hear that over and over and over. Rogers to hold for the extra point here to tie this ball game up. Walker for the extra point. Hold is down. The kick is away. It is up, and it is good. We are all knotted up at 21 apiece. Brandon and Petal. What a ball game here in the Pine Belt. Don't go anywhere. We're back in 30 seconds on the Spirit Media Network.
The Outdoorsman Tractor Package is here at Mississippi Ag. Choose a 3 Series John Deere tractor tailored to your horsepower needs and get all the attachments you require for the fall in one convenient package, including a loader, disc, and spreader starting at $315 a month. And as always, you get it all covered by our 10-year warranty. With 0% financing for 60 months, it's a deal that is sure to help you get your food plots ready for the season. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer expires 10/31/19.
Change right there.
And we welcome you back as just moments ago, Joshua Montague taking it the distance on the catch and run. And look at the replay here, racing some 56 yards for the score. That's all speed there, Chris. Just all speed.
That was great blocking, and he's so quick.
We talked about them getting Montague involved. Here's the kickoff by Brandon. And going to carry the Panthers in the end zone. And so Petal. So you're up 14-0 at the end of the first quarter. You're up 21-14 at the half. Third quarter is 21-14. Brandon has just hung around. They've made more plays in the second half. And really, honestly, from the second quarter on, Brandon seems to be making more plays. Petal seems like, tell me if I'm wrong here, they're playing not to lose instead of playing to win.
Yeah, they're going to have to get a little more aggressive on offense, especially. They tried to go a little too aggressive there on defense, and it may have cost them.
Let's see what they come up with. Here's Nicholson, your quarterback. Quick pass here near side. It's caught by Hanford. Shakes a tackle, shakes another tackle, now goes across the field, all the way across the opposite end of the field, and now he's got speed. Hanford in space to midfield, still on his feet. What a catch and run by Hanford. Caught it near side, reversed his field, and now the Panthers in Bulldog territory as we look at the Center Point Energy replay. Take it away, Chris.
Wow. That's all I really got. He's going to do a great job to elude tackles. And usually most coaches would say no when you go across the field. He does a great job staying balanced right here and get another 10, 15 yards of field.
They really missed him in that second half against Pearl a couple of weeks ago as the Panthers looking for the Rankin County, not the sweep, as they'll still have to take on the Cougars. Back to pass is Nicholson. Nicholson, plenty of time to throw. Now the pocket breaks down. He's going to have to throw. Open over the middle, caught inside the 25, down to the 21-yard line with a Mississippi Ag first down on the reception for the Panthers. Number 10, Devin Stringer, coming up with the catch, the senior wide receiver.
Yeah, that was a great job by Nicholson to wait and just let his receiver get open. Got wide open.
Nicholson, quick pass far side and met immediately and driven into the ground by number 12. Coming up to make the play, DJ Walker. He read that play beautifully. Walker, the 6'2", 180 senior, read it, and a major loss for the Panthers. And now we've got an injury on the play for the Petal Panthers. And I want to say that that's number 3, Jeremiah Robinson, who just took that lick. And he is some kind of gimpy coming up. He may have to check out of the game here.
It looks like he's at least walking off under his own power. So
2nd and 13 coming up for the Panthers. So now they wind the clock as looks like Robinson was going to have to check out. So I've got Hanford back in the game. Split out wide right. Play clock down to 10 seconds here. We're all knotted up at 21 apiece. Nicholson puts Hanford in motion now in the backfield. Nicholson takes. Nicholson going to keep around the far side. Nicholson with speed to the 20. Nicholson lowers his shoulder as he's out of bounds near the Mississippi Ag first down. He's going to be ushered out of bounds at around the 15-yard line. He'll get a lot of that a big chunk of that lost yardage back. Second down and short coming up.
This was a good job. I like the option that they were running. He didn't have to pitch it, but I like it.
Third down and short. I'll learn to count one of these days. Nicholson takes the snap, going to hand off to, looks like that's Martin, and he is met in the hole immediately. And a loss on the play here as the Bulldogs come up with a big play. Looks like they called the linebacker blitz, and my goodness, Perry timed it perfectly as the senior linebacker got there first to make the stop. And it's going to be 4th down and 4. I think the Panthers are going to go for it here. You said you wanted aggression. Well, here you go.
Yeah.
Inside 8.5 minutes now. 4th down and 4. Both crowds coming to their feet. Nicholson calls for it. Now looks to the sideline for the play. Play clock down to 4 seconds. And now Coach Boyle says, let's talk about it. Petal will use their first timeout of the second half, and we'll take it with them. 8:19 here in this 4th and final quarter. 4th down and 4 for Petal inside the red zone when we come back in 30 seconds on the Spirit Media Network.
Before digging in my yard, I always call 811 to have my utility lines marked, to avoid service interruptions or injury. As CenterPoint Energy says, it's better to call 811 now than 911 later. And if I suspect a gas leak, I leave the area immediately on foot and call CenterPoint Energy and 911 from a safe, remote location. Really?
CenterPoint Energy invests in its infrastructure to help keep you safe. CenterPoint Energy, always there.
And we're back with 8 minutes and 19 seconds here in this 4th and final quarter. And now it looks like Nate Jones is going to attempt the field goal here. As Coach Boyle said, let's get some points here. Here's the kick, a high kick. Looks like it's got the distance, and it splits the uprights. Good. Jones connects on the field goal. He's now 3 of 3 on the season. And the Panthers regain the lead, 24-21. Pretty good kick here. Do you like the decision to get the points?
I like the decision. You've got a Brandon team that's shown they can come out and strike quick. I like your tie game. I like the points.
Now here's the thing I'll say too. That was still a little bit of a risk because Jones had only attempted 2 field goals coming in to that kick. So that's only his 3rd field goal attempt of the year. So granted, you still don't know what you're going to get. He knocks through a 30-plus yard field goal attempt. So now it's 24-21, Petal back on top. So again, don't know what you're going to get there when you're kicking from that far away and you've had a field goal kicker that's only attempted 2 field goals, yet he made them. Now he just made his 3rd.
I will say, I like that 4th and 2, going for it on 4th and 2 a lot better than I did before they got pushed back and was 4 and 4. I like the points at 4th and 4.
Exactly, yeah. So now, with Petal on top, 24-21, what a phenomenal ball game. We were down here just 2 weeks ago, and it was a great game. And now we've got ourselves a good one here. So now they're ready to go. As Nate Jones gets it teed up here. Here come the Panthers kicking it off here. High end over end kick down the seam here and going to be taken on a bounce and then fumbled away in the end zone. Oh, they got to get back on it, and it goes in the end zone. Goodness gracious. Brandon has had a lot of trouble as Willie Miller, starting linebacker for the Bulldogs, couldn't corral it there in the end zone for the touchback. Boy, Brandon on special teams tonight, they have had a laundry list of errors.
The kickoff woes continue.
Yeah. I mean, we had 2 kickoff runs in the first half there by Brandon that were taken on the far side near the sideline. The coach always tells you, let it go out of bounds. And Bulldog return men took it, then lost their balance out of bounds, then one ricocheted off of his shin and goes out of bounds. So 2 possessions there, thanks to kickoff returns. Brandon started inside the 10-yard line. Doesn't matter, as Brandon now only down by 3 points. The chance to take the lead on this possession. Not going to do it on this play. Only a gain of 1 yard as Walters coming up to make the tackle on Smith. Gain of 1, it'll be 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, this is going to be a good job. Defense just swarming to the ball. You got to give Petal's defense credit. With the exception of that one big play, they've played very good tonight. Brandon's got to play a game. They've got to at least get into field goal range here and get an opportunity to tie it back up.
A lot of time left in this ball game, too. You got just inside 8 minutes as Rogers back to pass. Quick throw over the middle, and it is incomplete. Trying to hit the intended receiver there, 18, A.J. Harvey. Incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 9, and big play here for this Brandon offense. You don't want to give it right back to this Petal offense here.
And this is on the receiver. He just drops this one. Rogers put that one in a good spot.
Yeah, pressure in his face, too. So to be able to place that ball on the hands of the receiver, great play by Rogers. 3rd down and 9 for the Dogs. Play clock down to 9 seconds. Rogers in the shotgun, bunch formation to the far side. He's back to pass. Pressure coming. Pocket breaks down. He's going to step up now. Shovels it at the last minute to Montague, and he's off to the races and scatters out of bounds here across the 40, near the 45-yard line. And it's a Mississippi Ag 1st down, and again, a la Brett Favre.
Yeah, he's going to do a great job. This time it actually worked, and it worked really well. And Montague just all the way upfield.
Huge gain there and a big play for the Bulldogs, and they needed it on 3rd down. Montague flanked to the right shoulder of Rogers, who's back to pass. Kind of fumbles the snap a little bit. Quick pass here near side to Montague, who's hit and fumbles and manages to hop right back on it.
Yeah, that was a great job by Cade Hillman getting in there and knocking that ball loose. I mean, they read it well. Knocks the ball loose. Montague was able to get right back on it.
2nd down and 14 coming up now for the Bulldogs. Both teams with 2 timeouts to burn. As Brandon facing a 2nd and 14 at their own 40-yard line. Pressure coming. Rogers back to pass. Quick pass to Nickelberry over the middle. Nickelberry to the far side. Tries to reverse his field and loses his footing. He's close to a Mississippi Ag 1st down, but hold everything. We've got a flag here on the near side.
I think we might have a chop block.
I saw one of the Brandon players not too thrilled here. Was that Montague? Oh, I don't know about that.
I don't know.
If that's the call.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about that one. I just saw that one down there, judging by where this flag was thrown.
Was that the one back there? Go back a little bit, Logan. Was that? I don't know. Could you call that tripping, maybe?
They call it a chop block, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I call that one.
I don't know about that. You know, I'm all about protecting players, but I don't know about that one.
Even as a lineman, as a former lineman, and having one of those thrown or having one thrown at you, I don't know that I call it that one.
It's a major penalty. Let's put it this way: the line to gain before that penalty was the Petal 46. The line of scrimmage is back to the Brandon 20-yard line. So the official's trying to get it right here. They haven't moved the yard marker just yet. The official comes up to the line judge here. Looks like they're trying to get it figured out. I wonder if they're talking about going to, is it 3rd and what? 3rd and 31? That's the official marking, 3rd and 31. And now we've got another stoppage. Let me just save everyone some time. You need to go to Letha's. I recommend it. If that's what these guys are talking about, let me just save them some time. Go to Letha's. It's great barbecue. Okay, so they say 2nd and 34. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So second in Rankin County for Rogers and the Bulldogs here. Rogers, straight drop, quick pass over the middle, caught. Looks like that's Tyndall on the reception, and a large chunk of that yardage back, as that is going to be Tyndall, the tight end, as he's near the 40-yard line. It'll put him in a manageable situation here. Still third down and long, but boy, they get a chunk of it back.
Good protection by that offensive line, giving Rogers good time to throw. Good job by Tyndall getting open.
Third down and 15 officially at the 39-yard line. Rogers with a bunch formation to the near side. Petal showing pressure off of the edge here. Play clock to 6. There's the snap. Rogers back to pass. Goes long. Down the far sideline is incomplete, and there's the flag. As they're going to get the Panthers for interference, as the intended receiver looks like it was Nickelberry. As we'll get a chance to look at the penalty here. So a couple of hankies here.
Really good protection.
You got to turn around and look for the football. I think that's the call there. When you're running back and look, the defender never turned around and looked at the football. Otherwise, I think you let it go.
Yeah, I think if he turns his head and makes an attempt at the ball, yeah, you don't call that.
It's a major penalty, and it's going to result in a Mississippi Ag first down for the Brandon Bulldogs. So they needed the 46 moments ago, and now they have the 46.
Yeah, that kind of washed that, that chop block penalty.
Washed that chop block away, didn't it? Smith is back in the game at running back for the Bulldogs.
Look at their protection. He just had all day to throw.
McKinnon, Dooley, Sampson, Hodges, Hinman, all doing a fantastic job. Shout out to the tight end Tyndall as well. Rogers in the shotgun where he's been all night. Back to pass, clean pocket. Now it breaks down. Rogers steps up, throws long, and overshoots everybody. Intended receiver on that play. Looks like it was Nickelberry once again. Incomplete. Second down and 10.
Judging by that, he wasn't real open. I would have probably just pulled that one down and went with it.
I was curious why he didn't maybe take off and just run with it. Slide after about a 4 or 5 yard gain. He had some pasture.
He had 4 or 5 yards at least that he could have gotten there. Like you said, take the slide, avoid the big hit, put yourself in a more manageable second down.
Second and 10 at the Petal 46 for the Bulldogs. Receiver to the near side is going to be number 12, Walker. Man in motion is Montague. Montague, intended receiver here, in and out of his hands as he was in motion, came out of the backfield there. Incomplete. It'll be third down and 10. And if you're Brandon, third down and 10 has been the magic down so far, right, on this particular drive.
Yeah, it has been. Good pressure by the defense. I think he kind of forced that throw. The receiver should have caught that. Montague should have had that one.
Third and 10 here for the Bulldogs. 5:35 remaining in the contest. 3 points separate the two teams. Petal just took the lead moments ago on a field goal. And now Coach Marcus Boyles, he doesn't like what he sees, and he calls a timeout. Second timeout burned by the Panthers here in this second half. They'll have one remaining. 5.5 minutes to go in the fourth and final quarter. 3-point lead for Petal over Brandon. We're back in 30 seconds on the Spirit Media Network.
Family owned and operated since 1986, Lakeside Molding has become the trusted source of architectural products throughout the South. They offer fine interior architectural moldings, custom millwork, and cabinet doors designed and handcrafted in Flowwood. Their showroom on Lakeland Drive is stocked with today's most sought-after interior details, including corbels, post, fireplace mantles, bath vanities, butcher block islands, mirrors, and much more. Tim Shoemaker and his staff work closely to meet client needs for new construction, restoration, and remodeling projects. Lakeside Molding, where details make the difference.
And we welcome you back as it's third down and 10 for the Bulldogs at the Panther 46-yard line. Coach Marcus Boyles just exhausted his second timeout here in the second half. One remaining for Petal. 24-21. Petal on top. Panthers have won 2 of the last 3 versus Brandon. Brandon dominated last year's meeting. So Brandon facing a 3rd down and 10 here. Rogers, your quarterback. 4 receivers set. He's back to pass. Pressure comes. Throws downfield. Has a man, and it is bobbled and caught! Caught! Inside the 10-yard line. It was bobbled and somehow hauled in by the senior wide receiver, Ladarius Moore.
Wow. This kid, this is a highlight reel catch right here. It's going to get knocked away. He's going to bobble it, catch it, and then finish getting upfield. He's going to work his way probably up to around the 6-yard line.
They spotted at around the 7-yard line officially. So they're inside the KDMC red zone with a Mississippi Ag 1st down, 1st and goal for the Bulldogs. Brandon's not thinking field goal. They're thinking touchdown. Rogers in the shotgun formation. He'll put Tyndall in motion. There's the snap. A handoff to Smith. Smith going to be spun down as he gets to the 5-yard line. As coming up to make that stop there. We've called his name quite a bit tonight, the nose guard, the senior.
Yeah, it's going to be a great job here. And Petal's really done a good job in this quarter at shutting down the Brandon run for the most part. Brandon's done most of their damage through the air.
2nd and goal as they put it back right at the 7. I thought he got to the 5-yard line. They're going to put it back right at the 6, actually. Man in motion to the near side. They're going to hand to Smith. Smith met at the 4, spins to the, or met at the 6, spins to the 5. I thought maybe they would give him the 4. It'll be 3rd down and goal coming up. And once again, this Petal defense, give them credit, as coming in to make the tackle there is Isaac Lee, the linebacker.
I think you're going to have to get something to the outside here. I know Brandon's trying to play somewhat conservative to keep themselves in a good place to at least get a field goal and tie this up.
Play clock down to 13 seconds. Game clock down to 3:47 and counting. They'll shift double tights over to the far side. Shotgun snap to Rogers. Handoff to Smith. He's met and tackled at the 5-yard line. And coming up with a little land shark there is 58, R.J. Proctor, the left defensive end. He leads the team with 3 sacks and makes a big stop there.
He makes that tackle from his back, mind you. One of the linemen had already drug him down, and he reaches back and grabs him to pull him down.
Mason Walker to attempt the field goal here for the Bulldogs. Missed a field goal in the 1st quarter. Has a long field goal of 45, but missed from just outside of 40 in the 1st quarter. How did the Rogers hold? Chip shot field goal. There's the snap. Kick is away. The kick is up, and it is good. We are tied once again, 24-24. All knotted up with 2:53 remaining in this ball game. Both teams are actually Petal with a timeout to burn. Brandon with 2 timeouts to burn. As Brandon has tied this ball game up. We're back in 30 seconds here on the Spirit Media Network.
Mississippi Hunters, did you know that Vance Sporting Goods has the largest gun selection in the state? Vance carries the lines you know and respect, like Browning and Benelli. And we've got plenty of ammo in stock too. Drop by and check out our new duck hunting section, complete with decoys and accessories. You'll be happy you did. If it's guns, it's at Vans. Vans Sporting Goods.
777 Highway 468 in Brandon, or visit us online.
Back with you here in the Pine Belt. We've got a classic brewing here on the Spirit Media Network. Jason Scarborough, Chris McDonald, Logan Campbell, Drew Hall, all with you tonight from Panther Stadium. Brandon just knotted this ball game up at 24 all, and now they'll kick deep to the Petal Panthers, and going to be a touchback here. Petal will have it 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Well, let's see what Petal does here. We have not seen Nicholson with a lot of the run-pass option here lately. We haven't seen him get on the edge with the option to chunk it downfield or take off and run with it. But they've done well with the quick passes, too. It'll be interesting to see if they go back to that. You've only got 3 minutes, really, in the ball game and a timeout to burn, so you can't be too patient.
Exactly.
Nicholson going to hand off. Looks like that's McGowan. McGowan going to get out to the 24, a gain of 4 yards. Second down and 6. You can be patient. Let me catch myself there. Just you can't sit on it too much.
Yeah, exactly. You want to burn enough clock. You want to score. You want to get down there and score, but you don't want to leave Brandon enough time to do something with it.
Second and 6 for the Panthers. Again, Petal with 1 timeout, Brandon with 2. Nicholson looks to the sideline. He's got 13 seconds on the play clock. Trips to the near side. He'll move McGowan to his right shoulder. Nicholson drops the snap, picks it up. He's in trouble now, heaves it towards the sideline, out of bounds. Just had to heave it. They're not going to get him for grounding because he got it outside or past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it was a good job to recover that snap, and good job getting it out there, getting it way out where nobody could get to it.
What a break for Brandon here. They don't have to burn a timeout, so if they can stop Petal here, they get the ball back with both of their timeouts and just under 2 minutes, depending on how much clock is eaten up here, or unless they elect to chew up a timeout. Nicholson back to pass. Pressure coming. He rolls right. Throws. Has a man. Caught. First down and more and out of bounds across the 35. Heads up play there by Nicholson as he finds Cherry for the Mississippi Ag first down.
This is what I would like to see more of on this is Nicholson allowing him to get out there, scramble, let his receivers get open. Even if you have to take little short plays like that at a time, little 5, 10, 15-yard passes.
Heads up play by Cherry, too, just to, hey, get the first down, get out of bounds, preserve some time for your offense. Nicholson going to hand off. That's to McGowan. McGowan carrying folks with him. As he gets across the 40 to around the 43-yard line, he's going to be about 2 yards shy of that Mississippi Ag first down.
Yeah, everybody was shifted to the other side of that line there. Great job getting upfield. If you can keep getting runs like that, you can afford to take some of these runs.
What a ball game. Approaching 90 seconds. They hand off to McGowan again. Plunges forward. He's going to be close to the Mississippi Ag first down. Gets just across the 45, and they say, yep, let's move the chains, boys. Clock will stop as they move the chains for the Mississippi Ag first down. Inside 90 seconds at 1:28 here in this ball game. What a phenomenal game that this has been so far here tonight. Coming down to the wire, Nicholson back to pass. Pressure comes. He's going to take off. Nicholson with room. Nicholson to the 40. Nicholson lowers his head inside the Brandon 30-yard line. And a big run for the senior quarterback for the Mississippi Ag first down.
Wow, what a run. This is what I wanted to see him do, then put him in the position to do this right here. He's just going to get upfield. Man, he's quick. He was very decisive. Made his decision, ran with it.
So now you can be a little more patient if you're Petal. 1st and 10 outside the 27 here. Nicholson going to fake. He's going to keep. Trying to follow his running back here. Gets inside the KDMC red zone. Nope, they're going to say he's right at the 20. Right at that KDMC red zone mark. As he'll be about 3 yards shy of that Mississippi Ag first down. 2nd down and 3.
It's going to be a great job. He almost pushes his running back out of the way.
Chris, we're down to 30 seconds and counting. Nicholson back to pass. Pressure comes. Quick pass far side. Dropped. It was dropped by Cherry, and that'll stop the clock with 26 seconds here in this ball game. What a game. I mean, we were down here 2 weeks ago, and Petal and Pearl went into overtime. 38-37 in that game. We've got 48 combined points on the board so far here tonight.
What else do we expect from a Region 3 6A game, especially this game?
I'm just curious what Petal's going to elect to do here. Play clock's already down to 9 seconds. They're not even lined up yet. Now Nicholson's ready on a 3rd down and 3. Nicholson going to hand off. McGowan, he's going to be close to the first down, but I don't think that he got it. I think he's going to be about a yard shy or a half yard shy, and he is. So if you're Petal, you can milk this thing down, and that's what they're going to do. Clock rolling 6 seconds, 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and they call a timeout with 2 seconds. So Petal going to line up for a potentially game-winning field goal here. So you might want to tell your friends to tune in. It's coming down to the wire. If he misses, we're heading overtime.
Yeah. Man, the things that happen at Petal.
Thanks a lot, Chris. No. No, but seriously, let's give credit to both of these teams. You know, Petal, again, just a little recap here. 14-0 at the end of the first quarter. Petal on top. Brandon comes back. We're 21-14 at the half. Petal still on top. A scoreless third quarter. Brandon storms back to tie it up, 21-all. Petal gets a field goal to go up 24-21. Brandon moments ago gets a field goal to tie it at 24. Now here's a potentially game-winning field goal by Nate Jones, and Brandon says, you know what? We're going to use one of our 2 remaining timeouts to freeze them. So Brandon with 1 timeout remaining.
Yeah, can't take them after the game, so use them up.
The line of scrimmage is, looks like they put it down about the 18-yard line, so 28-yarder for the win.
Yeah, very makeable field goal. He made one from, I believe, around the same range earlier. And it goes back to what I talked about at halftime. Brandon has been more of a second-half team in a lot of these games. So I'm not surprised to see Brandon with a comeback. Now they just need one good stop.
So here we go. The attempted field goal here by Nate Jones, and Brandon will use their final timeout to try to freeze Jones once again. Again, Jones is he was 2 of 2 on field goals coming into tonight. So it's not like he's 10 for 10 on the season or 9 for 9. He hasn't kicked a ton of field goals, and his long is 28 yards coming into tonight.
Yeah, and he had a little more range on that other one. He could have made it from a little further out, but right now you're more worried. I think you're more worried about accuracy more so than anything. Just get it through the uprights.
Winner of this ball game improves to 3-0 in region play. Petal, they've won 2 of their last 3 against Brandon. Can they make it 3 of their last 4? The kick is away. It's got the distance. It's high enough. It's long enough. Petal wins. Panthers win. Game-winning field goal for the Petal Panthers, and a massive celebration here as Petal has defeated Brandon 27-24, and Nate Jones with the winning field goal. And the Panthers stay unscathed in region play thus far.
Well, kicker, as much as they tried to ice him out with the timeouts, way to go. Game winner. Hats off to Brandon, man. They climbed back in. They never got it completely out of reach, but they climbed right back into it, and it came down to the last 2 seconds of the game.
Unbelievable ball game. 27-24. Our final score. Petal improves to 3-0 in region play. And the Panthers are going to win game number 6 on the season. And Petal off to a fantastic start in region play. Brandon will drop to 2-1 in region play. And we'll talk more about this ball game as we move into our post-game show here and tear down. Get ready to make the drive back. We've got some things to do tomorrow to talk about as well. So, tell you what, we'll take a 2-minute break, come back and wrap things up here live from Petal. The Panthers, game-winning field goal with 2 seconds remaining, 27-24. Petal with the win. We're back in 2 minutes right here on the Spirit Media Network.
A smile is one of the first things most people notice. And for over a decade, Germany Dental has helped change smiles for thousands of people across Mississippi.
I was so embarrassed about my teeth that I never smiled. But now that I have dental implants and cosmetic veneers from Germany Dental, I can't stop smiling. My decision to see Dr. Germany literally changed my life.
Germany Dental, changing lives, one smile at a time. Call 601-825-4746 today.
The Mississippi National Credentialing Initiative, or MNCI, is a collaboration between the Mississippi Community College Board and the 15 Mississippi community and junior colleges. The MNCI provides opportunities for students enrolled in credited career and technical education programs to receive national certifications. The premise Of the Mincy is to connect education and industry for an improved Mississippi workforce. Students with national certifications often earn more than their counterparts without a certification. Visit mccb.edu for more information regarding the Mincy and career and technical education programs that lead to national certifications.
You're more than a patient at KDMC. You're family, worthy of kindness, compassion, and respect. King's Daughters Medical Center, caring for our community like no one else can.
The Outdoorsman Tractor Package is here at Mississippi Ag. Choose a 3 Series John Deere tractor tailored to your horsepower needs and get all the attachments you require for the fall in one convenient package, including a loader, disc, and spreader starting at $315 a month. And as always, you get it all covered by our 10-year warranty. With 0% financing for 60 months, it's a deal that is sure to help you get your food plots ready for the season. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer expires 10/31/19.
And we welcome you back one final time here to Petal High School. What a ball game tonight. Can't hang your head if you're either team, Brandon or Petal. Petal with the game-winning field goal with 2 minutes remaining from Nate Jones, or 2 seconds remaining, not 2 minutes, 2 seconds remaining. Petal stays undefeated in region play. They move to 3-0. And the Panthers, just seems like they've had Brandon's number here lately, with the exception of Brandon just dominating last year. And this was a very well-played ball game. Brandon had a lot of questions about really their season so far. People felt like they got a good call against Starkville to win that ball game. The George County game last week was a big question mark. Like, you guys won in the second half, but what happened? Then you had the Warren Central game. We actually watched that game. I think Brandon answered a lot of doubters tonight. At least that's what I took away from the game, that, hey, they're for real. Don't look at the narrow margin of victory in some of their games. They're for real, and they played a really good Petal team close down to the wire tonight.
Yeah, this Petal team's one that is bound to make a good run into the playoffs. I would not be surprised, and fight for that 6A South crown.
Yeah, talk about Petal. We talked about this is a team that's been building towards a season like this. A lot of youth over the last couple of years. And this is a senior-laden Panther team for Coach Marcus Boyles. And this is what he does. He builds the teams. He gets them ready to go. And he builds with that youth. He gets them prepared. And then he builds towards a season like this season where you've got a lot of senior leadership.
And he does that. He's done that well. Look at his track record at Wayne County and what he's done in his time here. He's good at what he does. And there's not many people better at it in the state.
Phenomenal ball game. Cannot wait for next week, and we'll be announcing our game of the week here over the weekend. Don't forget, tomorrow Chris and I will be in Baton Rouge for the big tilt between Florida and LSU. We'll have that coverage for you for the Saturday End Zone and the Spirit Media Network tomorrow, all throughout the day, as well as tomorrow night. Before the game, during the game, and after the game, we'll have coverage for you. LSU, Florida. Going to be a phenomenal ball game. Does it rival the Earthquake game from several years ago? We'll see. But a great ball game on tap tomorrow. Great game here tonight. Thanks to Logan Campbell, Drew Hall, Chris McDonald, and Jason Scarborough. We can't do it without our sponsors. We appreciate them so much. And to everybody here at Petal, thanks for all of their hard work as always and for welcoming us with open arms. That's going to do it here tonight from Petal. 27-24. Petal with the win to move to 3-0 in region play. That's going to do it for us. We'll see you next week, folks. Have a great weekend. Be safe. And we'll see you next week on the Spirit Media Network.